another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech. It's time to dish tea with Big Meech.
Darling.
Well, hello. Okay, came out like that. What's going on to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dungers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers? What's your tea, children? What's your tea? It's another glorious day, my darlings, and I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darlings, it is time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech. What's up? Baby dolls, it's one of those days. I got up and did a couple of runs and carried on. Went to the post office. Oh, I meant to put on my necklace. Hold on, wait a minute. I knew it was something I was forgetting. I want to put my necklace on today. On top of my little, you see my black Wonder Woman. Y'all like her? Okay, isn't she fabulous? I need to take this picture and do something with this. See, isn't she just lovely? I love this picture and this shirt. But just see my jewels from my sister. Okay, you see that? You see that? Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, darling, beautiful. Yes, that's from my Aunt Nikki, honey, her collection over there. We'll talk about that in a minute. I just wanted to make sure I put it on. But we got up, did some running around and carrying on. I had to go to the post office and send out some orders because folks are ordering my oils, right? From the Sensuality collection. And I just created a brand new one. Actually, I have two. One is called Queen, and she's going to be part of the Wakanda collection. And the other one is called Empathic. Okay, give you a whiff, honey. You get to see into the future. No, that's what came to me when I made it. And then I had to take vibranium, and I made a vibranium 2 because one of my oils that I used to make the vibranium, they discontinued. So I was like, oh, wait a minute, honey. Wait. This is one of my top sellers. What is this going to do? So I had to change the formula a bit. And we have a vibranium 2, honey. Ooh. So that's going to be love. That's going to be love. And I like it. I said, oh, okay. So we call it vibranium 2. The original vibranium, honey, for those of y'all, if you've never had it, I ain't got but that much left. And wait a minute, I got to make sure I have that much left because I'm gonna have to put a damn make a police report, child. My inventory is missing. Yeah, I have some things from my inventory completely missing. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now, one of the things I do know, y'all know my house is junky as fuck, right? But one of the things I do know is that I have stuff situated. And no, that's something is missing. I had to recreate my dream because a new oil that y'all may not know, Dreamland. I had that, but I had to go make some more because my Dreamland is missing. Okay, I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't even bottled that one up yet, and the whole thing is gone. So now, yeah, I may have to, as I'm coming around and looking, I have some things missing. So I may have to follow the police report, honey. But like, no. Thank God for renter's insurance because this stuff is costing. It's costs. Okay, costs. Costs. Okay, for it to be gone, the children. Okay, so I'm like, okay, be that as it may. Okay, so say the children. That's what's going on over here, 39-600. What's going on in your worlds, darling? Today's show, we're going to do a continuation. If you missed yesterday's show, darling, we had a humdinger of a show, and it was very personal and things of that nature. But we're going to do a continuation piece because at the end of the show, we got into the whole idea of what the alpha male mentality is, that personality, that persona, and carrying on. So I want to pick that conversation up. And then I also want to go into the whole idea that Miss KEISHA, honey. KEISHA said, no, I'm not doing it no more. Honey, y'all got 4 years out of me. And I'm not going to run again. And I want us to absolutely open this up. And let's have this particular discussion because let's look at some of the major cities that have black mayors. And research department, if you're in here, give me the states that have black governors. And if I don't know, have we ever had any black governors? I don't think we've had any black folks run the entire state before. Okay, I don't think that we have. I want to look into that because perhaps that might be something that we may need to look into. Okay. What does it mean? It's one thing to run a city, but when you got the entire state and things of that nature, let's look into that. It's one thing to be a senator, okay, to be a state representative, but not to run the state, okay? So let's look into that and see what's up on that particular line. But we want to get into that. And then we're going to touch on the conversation that we've had before. However, I want to come from a different aspect because Miss Caitlyn Jenner has opened up her chops and things about trans athletes. And she's on the side with most folks and saying that that's a unfair advantage, okay, for biological boards who are in the process of transitioning to be competing on the girls' team. Now, she did say in school. Now, I want to make sure that we preference that she did say in schools. Okay, so we're gonna expand that particular conversation one more again. Okay, so with that being said, Nikki, you ready? I'm gonna tell her to give me a thumbs up because she's in conversation. When you ready, let me know, baby. In the meantime and in between time, let me go here. I'm gonna play this, and then that gives her time to get ready. Let me play this for y'all, and y'all just take a listen. What is it gonna play? Come on now.
Dear Atlanta, my faith teaches me that to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose. Nearly 5 years ago, I entered a season of seeking to become mayor of Atlanta, the city that generations of my family have called home for over 100 years. My ancestors, direct descendants of the once enslaved, traveled by horse and buggy from the cotton fields of East Georgia in search of a better life for themselves and their children in Atlanta. I have carried their belief for a better tomorrow in my heart, their earnest work ethic in my being, and their hope for generations not yet born on my mind. Each day that I have been privileged to serve as the 60th mayor of Atlanta, the city that I deeply love. Just 3 months into my term, we were hit with the largest cyber attack in municipal government history, taking our systems offline for months in exchange for a ransom that we would not pay. Yet, we persisted, passing sweeping ethics and transparency reform, ending our city's long-standing contract with ICE during the family separation crisis at the border, raising the minimum wage for our employees to $15 an hour, and giving our police and firefighters the largest pay increase in the history of Atlanta. As we work to preserve and create affordable and workforce housing for teachers, nurses, sanitation workers, and other everyday, hard-working people in our city, investing more than $500 million in locally controlled funds, and creating an affordable housing trust fund to offset rising property taxes. The world changed almost in an instant. A deadly pandemic swept our globe, touched my home, and a social justice movement took over our streets. And we persisted. We served 119,000 meals to those in need, infused $80 million into our communities to offset the economic hardship many experienced because of the pandemic, worked with our partners to fund $42 million towards tackling homelessness, and we addressed criminal justice reform because our communities and our public safety partners needed it to be done. As Derek and I have given thoughtful prayer and consideration to the season now before us, it is with deep emotions that I hold my head high and I choose not to seek another term as mayor. For my children, it means working each day to make Atlanta a safe place that they can call home. For our city, it means working without ceasing to create the beloved community that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. dreamt of, one absent of hatred, poverty, and prejudice. For our state, it means doing all in my power to work against the backwards policies pushed by some leaders, including to restore the integrity of what some have tried to strip from us all, the sacred right to vote. For our country, it means working to advance the agenda of the Biden-Harris administration. Despite the many unforeseen challenges that our city has faced, I am immensely proud of what we have accomplished together. As I have done each day over the many years in which I have served in public office, through the remainder of my term, I will make every decision, keeping what is best for our communities top of mind, and will continue to work diligently to improve the lives of those in our city. I love you, Atlanta. Thank you for the honor of serving as your mayor. With Atlanta in my heart and Georgia on my mind, KEISHA.
All right, and we are back. Hello, my darlings. Listen, I completely forgot that tonight is the Versus Challenge between SWV and Escape. And Tracy just said that she said she's sitting here watching this boring Versus, honey. And I just tuned in just for half a spell. I got it on the phone over here. And one of the things that I don't like is the fact that they're completely lip syncing. Y'all sit up here, got a microphone, and you're lip syncing. I wish y'all would do like Patty and Gladys did, and they would sit down there and they would actually sing, honey. But that's old school. They were gonna sing anyway. But nonetheless, you know, I like the setup and the staging and carrying on. But okay. And then to see that Candy is here. Candy is here with them, and that's cute, you know. But I like the setup and carrying on. So they, as far as the presentation of it, they're doing better and doing all this. What you say, you ain't missing nothing. Girl, But yeah, let's get into this. What's it? Coco got an attitude energy just off. Really? Okay. And you know what? She's probably doing it just to be doing it or whatever. You know, sometimes you know how it is when you get into a space where you say you're going to do something, and then when it's time for it to be done, you really have a change of heart or whatever, but you're not committed to it. So now you got to make yourself do it. I go through that a lot. You know, I sit there and say something, and in the heat of it, like, oh, that's cute. Then as it comes closer and closer time to do it, it's like, oh, damn it, I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth. You know. However, that there was that. So looking at it, honey, okay, we'll see what's up. One of the things now, personally, one of the things about these two particular groups, you know what? I'm gonna say this: the '90s music was cute, but if you really want to know the truth of it, that was in my 20s. And the '90s music for me, it didn't necessarily turn me on completely. We had some really good songs, and you know, most of these kids, this is my generation, because all of us were in our teens and 20s during the '90s, and the expression and what we were trying to say at that particular time, it did not necessarily touch me in a way that I can go back and say, oh, that was my jam, or oh, that's my jam, and just go through the '90s the way that I do the '80s and the way I do the '70s. And I wasn't born in the '60s, but you know, old Motown is always, you know, up there and carrying on. But yeah, it's very interesting. So when we have these little '90s days or whatever, I always have to go and look at a playlist, and then somebody said, oh, and they play the song. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. Or, oh yeah, I know that. It doesn't necessarily just come to me right away, you know, which is very interesting. And all of that. So yeah. Interesting, honey. Would you say, what's the point of verses if you're just going to lip sync? Well, the whole idea of it, you know, in the beginning, when it all started off that way, you know, they were playing each other, they were playing songs or whatever. It was all about, okay, whose song did what? Because remember, when it first started, at least in my recollection of it, it was producers battling each other. You know, they produced this song and they produced that song. So it was more so like the songs and how they were coming together, who did what, you know, and all of that. Then it became, you know, the artists, you know, now whose catalog had, you know, who had the better catalog. It's basically what the verses is about. You know, you got two popular artists, and most of the time the verses are people who were of the same, you know, generation. So now you got to go and battle the hits and what the catalog is, you know. Well, you had this, or then you had this, and then I had this, or then I had this, you know, and carrying on. And I think it's real. I think it's absolutely, it's good for the culture. It's good for us as African Americans to come through and to celebrate music, you know. You dumb. Is that why everybody done jumped up because Jermaine? Oh, that's Escape. Then about Jermaine up in there. Did he do anything for SWV too? But anyway, nonetheless, it became this whole thing, and what it is good. It's a good celebration, and I'm glad that we moved out of the whole battle type thing, you know, of this, that, and the other, into more of celebrating the music. And I think it became that when we had Jill and Erica. When Jill and Erica did the verses, and that was a real sisterhood thing. Oh, that felt so beautiful, you know. And they got a lot of flack for doing a lot of talking, but a lot of folks were looking at them to be catty with one another. But when they were absolutely celebrating each other, you know, and to know that Erica had wrote the tune that was a Jill Scott song and whatever, you know, all of that, the behind the scenes of that was absolutely lovely. And then, of course, when Mama and Auntie got up there, when Mama and TT got up there, that shut the motherfucker down, because they were the ones who came up in there and brought instrumental tracks and was singing to a track. Okay, they bought tracks. Okay, yeah, you knew the songs, but they bought actual tracks, like they were ready to perform, and they performed and gave you all of that. Okay, even when Mama forgot the words, and Gladys did too. She said, "Oh, girl, I forgot those." She said, "Don't worry, because I forget them too." Okay, and things like that. And so when they talk about that kind of stuff, and you know, some of the tricks of the trade and everything, and then of course, did y'all hear when Gladys, she said, "Oh, I can't hit that note no more," you know, and carrying on. Y'all know Mama has her voice has changed, and she done dropped an octave because you know she can't get as high as she could still do it, but she can't do it as regularly as she did when she was younger because she's older. They both of those girls would be 77 in May. 77 years young, honey, and they could still let you have it. They would still wear you the fuck out. Okay? And that there is what the artistry is all about. And some of y'all may say, oh, well, they need to sit down. Some of y'all will prefer Gladys over Patty because, well, Gladys' voice never changed. Well, she's an alto, honey. She's always, now her voice has gotten deeper and it's gotten richer. Have y'all noticed that? But that's because of age. Patty's voice, she doesn't have the whole 5, 6 octaves. She's down to 4, maybe 3.5 now. But when she gets her rest and carrying on, she will still wear you the fuck out. Point blank, period. Exclamation point, .. Okay. Hashtag, that's still Mama Patty. Okay. And so that there is that. So, okay. So if y'all watching Versus and carrying on and y'all gonna pop in and out, that's cool. I got you. And carrying on. Oh, my finger is giving me this whole little thing. You know how your finger, you need to pop your knuckle or whatever, but it don't want to pop. Yeah, my knuckle's doing that right now because I'm trying to snap my finger and it don't snap right. It's like, what is going on with you, girl? Okay. So be that as it may. So now let's get up into Miss KEISHA. Come on, you ready, girl? I'm finna bring you in.
But I just need to tell y'all that Taj ain't got no goddamn clothes on. You better come on through here. It's from SWV, honey. Taj ain't got no clothes on. Y'all, Taj just stood up. She got on the booty shorts.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this down because I did not know that it was SWV and Escape tonight.
Okay.
So, that's a celebration for me. Like we was just talking about, I like it when it's the celebrations.
Right.
I'm not trying to hear nobody say, oh, they won. No, if they doing it like that, because I remember, I knew that this was going to happen because on Instagram, before all that stuff started with T.I. and Tiny, it was so funny. One day on Instagram, T.I. was spicing the shit up. He was like, well, they said they wanted to do, hey, bro, they said they wanted to do a versus battle. And they really all friends. So they was like, well, when? Who said blah, blah, blah? And he gonna look at Tiny and say, Tiny, they said for you to shut the hell up because you don't say no damn way. Yo, he was spicing it up so bad. Yo, this shit had me on the floor in here. So they was like, call him right now. So we knew this was going to happen. And I knew this was going to be a celebration because, baby, SWV and Escape, that's a celebration of music right there. And even though everybody was saying that when it was Brandy and Monica, it was like the cattiness and stuff like that, that was one for the books. And I loved every second of it. But I'm going to tell you which one blew me away. Earth, Wind, and Fire and them goddamn eyes.
And I think, girl, I think as far as the males are concerned, that was probably one of the most historic ones. Because
it was just a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah.
And then I told y'all what touched my heart the most was my son. My youngest son called me and said, Mom, who you got in the versus battle? And I said, well, who the versus battle with this time? He said, the Ozzy Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Just my heart that my son knew was acknowledging that he wanted to watch that battle.
Right.
Was enough for me. That means I did something right.
How about that? I'm going to put this out here because I need for this to happen. Because we lost one of the sisters on one group, and then we lost 2 of the sisters in the other group. And that there is the Jones Girls versus the Emotions. Bitch. What I say? Detroit versus Chicago, baby. Detroit, who not catch the spin. Detroit, they were Detroit girls with the sound of Philadelphia behind them.
Bring the cold one on. Sorry.
Okay.
I muted because
they were Detroit girls with the sound of Philadelphia behind them. And the Chicago. How about that? That
What I wanted
would be
y'all to
epic.
hear right quick was because y'all know, like you explained in the versus battles, it don't just be the artist, it be about the production and stuff, right?
But
The 80s music
why
was
you
my
sounding
thing.
robotic?
Me? I'm sounding robotic? Hold on, stop. I still sound robotic?
That's better.
Is it cool?
But you keep freezing.
Am I froze? Can you see me now? I'm moving back and forth. Do I
You
need to
keep
come out and
freezing,
go?
and now you know we're robotic again.
What the hell? All right, let me drop down and come back.
All right. Means the Jones Girls versus the Emotions. Sickening. Exactly. It would now that there would be everything. You understand me? That would be just everything, honey. I'm telling y'all what I know. Okay, I'm telling y'all what I know.
Am I still robotic? Because now you sound like that to me.
Really?
And you
Okay.
moving like this. Like yours is distorted.
Distorted. Okay, hold on, because now it's saying that my connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging in your router. No, get your shit right.
What I was trying to tell y'all was on here, if y'all could see me and hear me completely, when Meech was talking to y'all about the production and stuff, because sometimes the battles don't just be about who sung it, but about who wrote it and who produced it. Honey, Escape, because y'all know Tidy and Candy wrote Bills, Beyonce and them Bills. And them
Right.
motherfuckers just bounced out and started singing it.
Okay.
That's what I love. And especially for people who don't know that you may have been a writer or producer or something on a
Right.
song, and then you pop that out during the versus battle. It's everything to me because it's history and stuff that we don't know. Nights over Egypt. Oh, come on.
Listen, see y'all. Listen, you got Nights Over Egypt. Honey, they could do the original. I don't want to lose your love. That's the Emotions. Okay. Um, Baby, they come back with You Gonna Make Me Love Somebody Else. The Emotions will come back with Rejoice. The Jones Girls will come back with Get As Much Loving As You Can. The Emotions will come back with Key to My Heart. Girl back. Okay, I'm okay. Let me stop. Okay. Let me stop because I can go on and carrying on because child, I've been made my own versus tape, honey, as a playlist. Oh, okay. So let's go here. Let's get into Miss KEISHA because y'all saw her speech. Where that there was a taped announcement that she did. Now the following day here in
I want
Atlanta,
to cry.
she did a press conference, right? And at the press conference, she basically said some of the same things that she said in the presentation. But here's the thing that I want folks to that is the discussion for me, and that there is those of y'all who have been watching Atlanta from other places. What was your perspective of her as a mayor, and do you think that she did a great job? Those of us that are here in Atlanta, what do you say? Okay, that's the first part of the question. Then the second part is in the climate that we're in, who do you think should take her place? Because y'all know Republicans are going to try to take that goddamn spot.
They're going to do everything that they possibly can because this state has turned blue and they are not trying to keep it that way.
But here's the thing, though: a lot of folks are going to do that simply because of party. They're not doing it for the
For the
sake of
right
the
person.
city.
Right.
Most of the folks are going to get up in there, and folks will go vote based because of the party. They're not going to vote on policies and politics and carrying on. They're going to be, and that's the part that I'm having a problem with all of these damn politics. You know, I want us to. What is it that Atlanta needs? What
Because
is
we
it
got to
that?
think about this. They saying crime has gone up and blah, 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 blah. That was going to happen no matter who the mayor was because of the pandemic. The things that happened during the pandemic were going to happen no matter who was here. To me,
Okay,
I think she's getting outside pressures because of her stance on a lot of things
I
and
think so.
because she
Yeah.
was trying to make some shit go right. There's no way in the world, like with that man being reinstated, KEISHA's ass need to be fired. So when the police chief didn't make sure that the shit went right, now you talk about his due process, was it done right?
She did what she could, but I say bye, Keisha.
Why you say it like that?
Is it a goodbye or is it a girl bye? Okay.
Yeah, what? Yeah,
Is it
because
a
I'm gonna tell
goodbye
y'all,
by
like,
saying
if you're not here, and like technically, remember I always tell y'all, I feel like I'm in 3 different places because I live in College Park, but if you write me, my address is going to say Atlanta, and I live in the Clayton County part. So I'm always feeling like I'm all over the goddamn place. I don't know what part, who, what, right? But when I see her take a stand, oh, but Tracy,
it's
why?
a
Can you
girl
elaborate?
goodbye? Oh,
Can you
I feel
elaborate?
all the shade in that girl.
I feel it too. I feel a whole goddamn overcast. What happened? I need you to
All
elaborate.
the shade in that, honey. Yeah.
Yeah, now
Well,
you
state your piece,
freezing.
girl.
Am I freezing to you? Because you totally frozen to me. Oh,
No, you're robotic again.
And you was just froze, so I don't know what's going on. Did y'all catch the shade? Anybody who's watching the versus battle, y'all catch the shade with Spinderella being SWV's y'all see
Okay, I didn't know who that was, but okay.
And let me tell you, because y'all know that SWV and Salt and Pepper was supposed to be on a tour thing together. And when they was supposed to do all that, they wasn't listening to Spinderella back then either. But Spinderella has been friends, I think, with Taj and Lily for a long time. So when they had that little reality show, so catch the shade in that. She's the DJ for SWV. As Salt and Pepper did all that shit to her, X'd her out of the movie and, you know, didn't let her have a part in the movie. Not a part. She's in the movie, but she didn't get to participate in the Salt and Pepper story.
Right.
You know, so, but yeah, I feel like people don't understand. Like, I feel like as a mayor of Atlanta and all the things that she had to bear with all the oppositions coming from such an ignorant ass governor that we have, I feel like she was up against a lot, and I think she did a hell of a job. I don't give a shit what nobody say. I got mixed feelings about her leaving because I really want her to stay, but I can understand why she would want to go. I don't feel like she needs to go. But I understand.
I think what has happened, I don't feel that she should go right now. I think in anybody's presidency or tenure, when you're coming in, most of the time, if the person before you, if your predecessor made a bunch of mess, it usually take the first the first 4 years of your tenure to clean it up. Okay, to make your statement, to make your mark, and then to have a second term is not reinstating, but you start to implement what your ideas are, you know, and it becomes a whole to do. And I think in this particular perspective, number one, I remember when she first ran, and everybody was like, "Okay, who is this woman?" It feels like she came out of nowhere, and what was her background as far as politics were concerned. I think when it happened, that she set up and was given something because she come after Kasim. Kasim set up there. Kasim has done a lot, but Kasim had become a bully, and Kasim, made some hard choices or whatever to sit down there to assert himself as a black man. And as far as I was concerned, and this is just my own personal belief, I think a lot of that shit that he did was try to throw folks off because everybody was saying he was a queen, so he wanted to show how hard of a man that he was, and this, that, and the other, even though they had no bearing on his administration. But I think some of that did because of how folks talk and the look that he had in the community and across the country and all of that. Because when you're playing politics, everything starts to illuminate. Everything, no matter how minute it is, or how trivial it is, everything starts to have some kind of something within your administration. Even the way how you slant your eyes or whatever, or because you tossed your hand at a press conference, somebody instantly say you throwing shade or whatever, because they look for every little small detail. And when KEISHA came in, she came in to uh she came into some bullshit, basically. That she was working on trying to clean up and working on trying to get together. And I think in her tenure that she has done a fabulous job at keeping the city together as a woman. Because Cassine came in after Shirley Franklin. So we've already had female leadership here. But I think what happened was she came in and she gave us a softer approach. I think her having her husband there. I don't know if Shirley Franklin was married. I don't know, because I don't never remember them talking about her husband. But her husband was here, so she had a foundation. And I think that plus she had her ear to the ground with the community. She was spry, and she was one who kept up with the hip hop community. She had ties with entertainment and the Killer Mike and T.I. and all of them who were in her corner, amongst other celebrities that came out to back and things of that nature. And I think the combination of that is something that middle America or mainstream culture did not necessarily accept. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they accepted that well. But
we needed it. And that's the thing. We needed it.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of that is part of that pressure that she had, because perhaps, and I'm going to say it like this, perhaps it became a little too black. You know what I mean? And things of that nature. And it's something to look at.
That's what they scared of.
Right. Okay. Would you say not that quick?
Too much, Tracy.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No. Because I know for the longest time, child, we kept saying, I said, this child, he is just a closet queen. Okay. Because of everything that he did. And I'm trying to remember there was some kind of LGBT alphabet legislation that happened that he ended up doing something. I forget what it is, but when he did it, we all said, oh, bitch, okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so then it became all of that. And then shortly after that, then all of a sudden he got married and got a baby. I was like, where the fuck this come from? Where the hell this come from? And again, we're trivializing it because of it's the outside looking in, and everybody was looking for dirt. You know what I'm saying? And then that became sound bites, and it became something that had nothing to do with his tenure. Because his personal life is his personal life. We don't, that there should have been separate anyway. We wasn't privy to that, honey. But it did not have any bearing on what you're doing for this city, unless you fucking somebody, honey, who getting some coin and carrying on it. You sit there giving the city coin to your date. Okay.
Just FYI, SWV is singing your mama's song.
Which one? Oh, okay.
I remember they had remade this way before.
I forgot that. Yeah.
I didn't know Lily had sung on this.
Yeah.
Because Lily don't hardly ever sing. She got a couple songs where she sing on, but she just said she put the group together. She was just happy to be in it.
Okay.
Now
Tyler Perry, baby.
I didn't know a lot about. I didn't know a lot about Cassine because remember when I first moved here in 2013, I was in I was in McDonough. I was still like a little bring back Shirley. Ooh, Chisholm.
Shirley Franklin.
Look, we're gonna go all the way back to Chisholm. What's going on? So I didn't know a lot, and I lived in McDonough, so I really didn't know about what was actually happening in Atlanta. Only thing I would ever hear about Kasim was that he was the crew. So I didn't know.
Right. Right. So she said, no, I'm not there, but I lived there for 15 years, and my thought is Atlanta needed a stronger what? Dim?
Like Democrat, a stronger Democrat. You don't think she? I
Or
think
a
she was
stronger
good.
team. Okay.
I mean, I thought she. I mean,
I feel the
like
same
she
as
did a good job.
I felt that she did a good job of what she had to work with. Okay.
And I agree with me. Just like you got to come in and clean up the bullshit from what went out before you could really implement your stuff. And then so much stuff was happening, and I think she handled it like a goddamn empress. You understand me? Not a queen. She went above.
Right. And one of the things that I think she was immaculate with was standing her ground and was like, no, you're not going to bully me. You're not going to bully anything that we have accomplished and carrying on. What you're going to do is understand that Atlanta needs this and Atlanta needs that. And she said this in the press conference. She said, we had this, what did she call him? Not weirdo. She called him something. Maniac. I think that's what she had. We had this maniac in the White House. I think that's the word she used. Okay. And, you know, in understanding that most of her tenure was trying to get help from somebody who didn't want to help her. Okay. On the federal level. So a lot of that she had. And then on the federal level, you are in cahoots with the governor. So now, you know, whatever this is.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta cut this off because if I don't cut this fuck off, I'm being interrupted all night. Your mama would be proud. Do you understand me?
Okay, did they do it?
Coco just laid that mother.
Well, she was the one that.
Sorry, y'all, because this is supposed to be a serious conversation. Now they should have known better than to put this on. I got to stop because if I don't, I'm gonna keep interrupting. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But your mama would have been proud. When you go back and watch the replay, because you just caught the tail end, and I'm talking about the first part of the patty. Coco just showed all the way the hell out. Best wishes to her, whatever she decides to do. Tracy, you still be in shape.
It's a no for me. Or what?
But everybody has their own opinions, and that's fine too. But I mean,
but this is healthy though, because see, but now the question becomes, okay, when you say stronger leadership and a stronger team or whatever, what is it that you would like to see? Because see, now that becomes the next question, okay? Because we got 8 months to deal for her to finish out, because whatever that the first Tuesday in January, when we inaugurate the new mayor, that will be the end of her tenure. Okay, so we got to get through 2021 with her still doing this and doing that. Where do we see Atlanta moving to? Okay, what is it that we want to see? Because here's something that I want everybody to consider. We keep wanting to talk about development of this, that, and the other, but one of the things when it comes down to rich versus poor, the haves and the have-nots, okay, and carrying on, what is happening is all of this development is pushing poor people out. There's so many folks that's not going to be able to afford to live anywhere because wages are not going up, okay? And where they supposed to go? How they supposed to live? And then what you're doing is you're reconstituting the whole ghetto mentality or mentality for those who are in different areas of the world, at different economic, social economic levels and things. So now what is it that we're looking to do? Because see, here's the thing. Oftentimes, no, not oftentimes, all the time, you will hear that'll sit down and say, They don't want affordable housing in their area in Carolina. They keep saying that we need
Right.
it, but don't nobody want it. Okay,
Don't
not
nobody
around,
want
not over here, not over here. And part of the reason, and this is what I'm learning with being on the Business and Industrial Development Authority Board here for College Park, affordable housing now has the whole welfare mentality to it.
Right.
Okay. Affordable housing means welfare or poor. Okay. Workforce housing is a step above that. Okay. Because workforce housing means that, okay, we're building this and going to let folks come in and possibly buy. Okay. Because you work in the area and you work in the city. And it, now, this is how I put it in my head. It's all workforce housing is kind of like college dormitories.
Mm.
Okay. You know how on the college camp, you live there because you go to school there, this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
That's how I equate workforce housing.
So you
Because
live there because you work in the area?
right. Most of the time, workforce housing is just that. They build it up in areas so that like those who work in the city. It's an incentive to give folks to live and work and play within your community, right? And that's a good thing.
It's
But
a good thing,
like
but when you're pushing out the people who already live there, then what?
exactly. And then you're telling folks who already live here, well, okay, these houses are we're going to give those who work here first grabs at it. Okay. And that's fine. I ain't worried about that. But what happens is you don't provide opportunities for those who take my complex. I'm long term because number one, I got here and wasn't ready to move because I don't like moving.
Right.
Okay. At the same time, I don't want to be apartment living all of my life.
But
You
remember,
know what
when I tried to come around there where you live, the difference in what you pay and what they're asking for now
Yeah. Yeah.
is outrageous. But I get it because we are so close to the airport.
No. I listen. That there is only one amenity.
Okay, because that's what I
Okay.
always, because
But here's where it is.
I don't own my house, y'all. I rent my house, and I do not think that the house that I rent is worth what I pay every month. It is not.
Listen.
And the only thing I can equate is because I'm 8 minutes from the airport.
But the whole thing of it, that's only one amenity because see, here's the thing. Yes, we close to the airport, but damn it, we get all the airport noise, all the airport traffic. We get all the backup, and we're right here off the freeway, but still we get airport traffic.
Yep.
Okay. So why is my payment because I'm so close that much more? You know what I'm
because
saying?
what if I wasn't a person who traveled all the time? I
Right.
don't mind because I travel all the time. I get to the airport quick. Okay, it is what it is. I know if I don't drive my car to the airport, I could catch an Uber home if I wanted to, or however I need to do it. But what if it's just the regular people who don't travel all that much, and you cannot afford what they're asking for in the neighborhood? And I'm not going to make it seem like I live in a terrible neighborhood. I don't. But we live in those places where your area might be real nice and cute and it's quiet and everything, but then when you step over a block or two,
Right.
a block or two, it could be the OK Corral. So what am I paying for?
And so those are the kinds of things that when we think about what does Atlanta need as far as leadership is concerned, where are we going to go? What is it that the city needs to perfect and to better? What type of opportunities need to be there? What is it that we need to look at as far as educational things are concerned, business opportunities, housing opportunities? What are we going to do with the city to help out the poor and the less fortunate? What are we going to do for those who are looking to come and to be a part of this great big metropolis? Because Atlanta is constantly growing. It is constantly growing. So with it growing, we got the rich film industry down here now because now Atlanta is the hub for Hollywood. We're Hollywood.
It ain't even Black Hollywood no more.
No, we're Hollywood
you
of the
think
South.
about Marvel, honey. shoots here.
Yeah.
We
Right.
make more money than Marvel and DC and stuff like that.
Right.
They fit right here.
Okay. So we have a lot of this going on. And so now, how is it that Atlanta needs to move? So when we think about that and going into our next leadership, those are some of the things that I want us to pay attention to. Everybody keeps talking about crime and this, that, and the other. But how do we incentivize somebody to come on the police force, especially in this climate?
But you just said crime. Let's talk about that. When you have so many, like when people saying the crime rate went up, right? When we go back to KEISHA, crime rate went up. Look how many things happened. Look how many things happened that caused us to be in an uproar.
Right.
That
Right.
happened everywhere.
Right.
Are you blaming every mayor? That
Okay.
happened in all the major cities.
Right.
In all the major cities, the crime rates went up when the buildings and shit got to burning down. And y'all talk about the looting and the, you know, because of the marches and all the stuff and all that shit happened. That caused the crime, you know, it made the crime rate go up because you're arresting people who might just be peacefully protesting. Remember what things make crime rates go up. Please understand that. It can be little, it can be big, but we're talking about the things that cause our crime rates to go up that would be constituted as more than normal were a lot of things that happened in all these riots from George Floyd and Ahmaud and it's, I'm scared that our shit gonna burn down now because y'all done reinstated this motherfucker who clearly killed this motherfucker. Right?
Okay.
Y'all gonna blame that on KEISHA too?
Right.
Y'all
Well,
gonna blame that on her too? The things when they can, oh, the crime went up. The crime went up. The crime went up in a lot of damn cities because all this shit that been happening across America and a lot of the major cities. So it doesn't matter who the mayor is in the goddamn city when the shit keeps on being unfair and the that just us system for just them, because it ain't got shit to do with just us. The only thing just us is not just us. So we got to think about those things. We really have to, when you picking somebody, because the fear of that's what they're going to play on, right? We talk about Georgia being blue now. The fear of it being blue, this is what they're going to use. Look at all the crime that happened. Look at all the riots and this and that and that. And that's the kind of shit that they're going to use. But which side of that are you going to be on?
right.
Which side of that are you going to be on? Because there was a reason why some of this shit happened. I'm not saying it's right. Y'all know I'm the first person to say, stop burning down our shit. Because when you burning down our shit, where you going to go when you need something? If y'all done looted the goddamn Family Dollar, where the fuck your grandmama going to shop? If y'all done tore up the CVS, how your grandmama and your mama and them going to get their damn medicine? For Mayor KEISHA, it will be the rest of the state. That is the issue. It's always going to be, as long as that asshole is in the governor's seat, it's going to be an issue. Because he done met.
Just us is just us in jail.
That's it.
Okay.
The laws ain't for us. They for just them. That's what it should be called, just them.
Well. So, okay, I'm sorry. Something came across my my feed here.
What you got?
And this is going to be it was published 6 hours ago, and the headline is from Fox News: New York City teacher caught sucking this man's nipple during Zoom class.
Wait, say it again. Wait, say it again.
Caught sucking topless man's nipple during a Zoom class.
Sir, ain't you supposed to be working? You thought your camera was down, huh?
Lord. Wait a minute. Hold on.
You could not suck the man nipple to classes.
Wait a minute. Here's the story. Here's the story. It says a spicy slip of the tongue led to a Spanish teacher being yanked from her classes after investigators found she performed an inappropriate sex act, quote unquote, during a Zoom lesson. as students at the prestigious Columbia Secondary School for Math, Science, and Engineering remotely watched a live class, Amanda K. Fletcher, 37, appeared to suck the nipple of an unidentified topless male while gyrating or rocking back and forth, according to the commissioner of the investigation for city schools. Before that, students watched Fletcher, quote unquote, eat spaghetti with the shirtless man behind her, says the SCI, says in a report dated October 29th, 2020, obtained by the Post. After taking her mouth off the man's chest, Fletcher resumed teaching and discussing a worksheet as students told probers. So, bitch, you fucking.
On camera.
You fucking.
You thought you was
Okay.
calmed down. She thought she was calmed down, and she wasn't. But I'm saying you couldn't wait, lunch break, nothing.
No. Because let me. Okay, you know what? Let me be transparent here. Let me be transparent. Okay. Well, no, I ain't gonna be that trans. No, fuck it. It's me.
Go on. It's Saturday. Come on.
It's me. There are moments where I've done this before on the show when I've had company here. I've taken commercial breaks. We're gonna handle a couple things. Okay. And within the commercial break or whatever, but I was off camera. Okay. So here's where it is. I'm sure at 37, and this man is in her house enticing her.
I was getting ready to say that. He probably was enticing the hell out of her ass.
Teach. You doing your thing the way Alabama does. I mean, y'all, because y'all talking about how my eyes look and carrying on. Okay, enticing and things of that nature and carrying on. And then it got steamy. And what was supposed to be innocent wasn't, because she got caught up. Okay. And then here's the other thing. We know how folk are, because if you're a sexual being, the allure of doing something naughty takes precedent. So what can I get away with, what I can't get away with? Oh, how would that be? And this, that, and the other. Okay. And things like that. Right, Tracy. Okay, right. Well, he said, let's get a quick, right. Exactly. Okay. So how you teaching and that you sit up and eating spaghetti, and I can only imagine how they eating it very seductively and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, yakety. So it's all that, I'm betting that's what it was, but at the same time, bitch, you was in the Zoom class because you was on this camera before all that started. He knew you was on this camera before all that started, and you got damn kids. Okay, and you got kids, so I don't necessarily feel
Yeah,
bad.
it was the kids thing. It's like you still have to be careful. Those were
Right.
kids, because at anything you could get caught with child endangerment, enticing a minor, or whatever goddamn charges they got when it's kids involved. You have to be extra. Listen, y'all couldn't wait till lunchtime. Y'all couldn't wait till the kids go in the breakout rooms. Look, I know all this because my granddaughter is in a virtual goddamn class. There's plenty of times when they go in the breakout rooms, they be in there for about 10, 15 minutes with each other. They're supposed to be doing solo work. Run your ass in the bathroom, do what you need to do. You should have been nowhere near that camera. You should have been in front of your camera, whether you thought you was cammed down or not. You should have been in front of it. You got kids. That's the thing. So, baby, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm laughing at you for real.
Okay. What is it? Oh, child, bad. So, okay, let me do this. I'm gonna play something else. No, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's do this.
You
Let's
go to commercial.
transition. Let's
I
take
gotta go to the bathroom.
yeah, let me take a small little commercial break so we can transition into our next topic because I want to go into the alpha. No, I'm gonna do the transgender thing first because that'll be hot. I'm gonna save the alpha male
Y'all
until
see
our
my
last
card?
segment.
Y'all like that?
I'm gonna get one of those.
Shero hero, baby. Look, you wait a minute. Where she at?
Right.
Where she at? She's beautiful. Don't you agree? You see her? Y'all see her over there?
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, you gonna run the commercial? I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go to a commercial. We'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, y'all.
Be bold. Play. Come on, girl. Unique. Play. Thank you. Play.
Girl, play the merch.
Girl, play. Be bold. Be unique. Be bold. With a unique. What the hell? No. Be bold. Be unique. Be the T. With a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is. Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and your services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing Tea Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big Meat at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com.
Are you ready to continue the journey with talk show host, internet sensation, and author of Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey, Big Meech? He is offering another installment of thought-provoking ideas, principles, and metaphors that will encourage, enlighten, inspire, uplift, and catapult you into a brand new evolution of accepting yourself in your total truth. Revelations, affirmations, and confirmations. The new book by Big Meech is infused with conversations of love and inspiration that gets right down to the real nitty-gritty. It will confront the reader with the proverbial mirror in an effort to take a deep, closer look within to find all that one needs to propel forward and make life happen. Get your copy today on Amazon.com or go to www.dishingtea.com. That's www.dishingtea.com. For more information, contact Big Meech at 404-914-5610. Revelations, affirmations, and confirmations. This message has been brought to you by Too Deep and Pastor Don Jr., CEO of the winning team.
We're not asking for your permission. We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. Order yours today.
One.
Hi everybody, I'm Lily and today I'm going to share my book with the whole entire world. to like and subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
The views and opinions expressed here on Dishing Tea TV are strictly those of the hosts and guests of this program. They do not reflect the views and opinions or governing actions of any of the sponsors or affiliates of Dishing Tea Entertainment, Artist First Entertainment, Big Guy ENT, Atlanta Hot Radio, Black GDP TV, or Diversity TV. Your viewing and listening discretion is advised. All right, and we are back, darling. Okay. I saw
Y'all ain't know I had all
Okay.
Look, twerking has been, I feel like I was not, I got a wasted gift. God gave me all this booty. I can't twerk with shit. Oh, let me get the remote so I can cut this down.
Okay. Right. Okay. Comfy as hell, baby. Comfy as hell. Okay. I love it. Wait a minute. Don't be doing what the teacher did. Girl, I'm here by myself, child. It wouldn't have been much fun. Okay. Okay. I didn't even make no spaghetti, honey. I just had.
I made ziti, though. Where he at?
Pork child. Okay.
I made some baked ziti. I ain't got no spaghetti, but same shit. Sauce, noodles.
Exactly. Okay. Why? Okay, there we go. Okay, now listen. Let's get into this. Let's get into this because I'm gonna start here. Yeah, let me start here. Y'all pay attention to this. Okay, this is from ABC News. Okay.
Caitlyn Jenner is coming under fire for remarks she made about transgender athletes. Jenner, who transitioned after an Olympic gold medal career, says she doesn't think trans girls should be allowed to compete in female sports. Those comments are drawing fire as several states now try to ban trans girls from competing. Here's ABC's Zareen Shah.
Tonight, California gubernatorial hopeful Caitlyn Jenner giving this controversial statement to TMZ on trans legislation.
So there's legislation in various states to ban biological boys who are trans from playing girls' sports in school. What's your opinion on that?
Question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school. It just isn't fair. And we have to protect girls' sports in our school.
But it's a dramatic shift for Jenner, a transgender woman and advocate.
I also want to acknowledge all the young trans athletes who are out there, given the chance to play sports as who they really are.
Her latest comments coming as over 30 states consider banning trans athletes competing based on identity. Governors in 7 states have signed bills making it against the law for transgender girls to compete on a public school girls' sports team. Lawmakers arguing that transgender girls and women have an unfair advantage. In March 2020, Idaho's House Bill 500, dubbed the Fairness in Women's Sports Act, banned trans girls and women's ability to compete in female sports leagues.
It's about making sure that we preserve those opportunities.
ABC's Kana Whitworth spoke to Lindsay Hecox, who filed a lawsuit with the help of the ACLU and others. By August, the court placed a preliminary injunction against the law, meaning while the lawsuit is pending, the law itself cannot be enforced. Hecox stresses that she should have opportunities to play like anyone else.
Something about trans women athletes, they feel like it's going to be some huge, tall, muscular superstar. And I don't even think most of my teammates would even think of me as trans. I just look like a regular girl.
And Lindsay, tomorrow here in Pasadena, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals will start oral arguments in that Idaho case regarding excluding transgender women from participating in female sports. They will determine if that law is constitutional. Lindsay?
We'll be keeping an eye on that. Zareen, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos.
Now to a GMA exclusive, 2 transgender high school runners, well, they're kicking up dust in Connecticut, taking the top spots at the state girls championship. leaving parents wondering if they have an unfair advantage. Lindsay Davis is here, and you sat down with the track stars to talk all about this.
That's right, Michael. We're talking about a subject that's so sensitive that Andrea and Terry, who you're about to meet, felt when it was time to tell their parents that they're transgender, they each revealed it by text, and now they have gone public with it, and they're facing opposition from people who say even though you may feel like a girl, you need to compete against the boys.
Terry Miller and Andrea Yearwood dominating the competition at the Girls Track and Field Championships in Connecticut earlier this month, coming in first and second place respectively. And while it was a state race, their wins are making national headlines, not because of what they did, but because of who they are, two transgender girls.
When was the first time that either of you found any kind of opposition to you participating on the girls' team?
I was expecting it, so every day I'll go home, search up Track and Field High School, Terry Miller.
Because you wanted to know what people were saying?
Yeah.
Some of those comments were harsh. Critics complaining that Andrea and Terry both have an unfair advantage since they were born boys.
At what point do you decide, actually, it's more appropriate for me to be on the girls' team and competing with other girls?
I decided that the summer before 9th grade.
They've both started hormone therapy and say that for the most part they've been welcomed by friends, family, coaches, and administrators with open arms. But there is some backlash from parents and students. 2 petitions were even started in an attempt to change the current rule of the state's governing body of interscholastic sports. The rule states that students are entitled to participate on a team based on their gender identity, how they identify.
The girls athletes are at the physical disadvantage compared to the transgender female.
Bianca Stanescu started one of those petitions after her daughter Selena lost to Andrea and Terry at a track meet in May.
They have naturally testosterone within their body that has been proven to give a physical advantage in sports.
The mom, who was unaware that the girls were already undergoing hormone therapy, has gotten a little over 100 signatures. Medical science tells us that estrogen hormone therapy does change the body, replacing some lean muscle with fat. But of course, everyone is different. Andrea's parents say what's most important to them is the well-being of their child.
Track is number 100 on my list of concerns as a father of a transgender daughter. I'm talking about raising a child for a life. And so is it fair that that child is excluded? Is it fair that that child doesn't feel like they have a place to belong?
It allows her to be who she wants to be, and I think that has a little bit more weight than just winning a medal.
The rules vary from state to state. In 7 states, including Texas, students must play on the team that matches their birth certificate, or have undergone surgery, or have had extended hormone therapy, while the NCAA requires the completion of 1 year of testosterone suppression. Medical research cannot really identify the line where a competitive advantage might exist for trans athletes of either gender.
What do you want to say to other transgender youth, young people, teens who are out there really struggling through this process?
Just follow your heart. Like, don't let other people determine what you do in life.
Let's just play devil's advocate for a moment and just imagine that you were both born girls and then all of a sudden you had 2 boys who identified as being girls and they said, hey, we're going to be on your team, and maybe now you're not performing as well because they are better.
I'm not going to discourage you or try to say, oh, it's not fair, and it would just push me to run faster. I'd be happy for them because they get to do what they want. They're happy, so then that should in turn make me happy. And they're brave. They're just different from everybody.
And just to be clear, the mother who started the petition says that she would like to see the girls sit out for a year after hormone therapy before competing with other girls. Now, this is certainly sparking a lot of debate, and it's something that schools across the country are dealing with because an estimated 150,000 teens in this country identify as transgender.
And you know, it's a very interesting argument on both sides.
You can see compelling argument on both.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Lynn.
All right. And we're back. Okay. And we are back. Okay. Now, you know, we've covered this before, and it's gotten real heated around here about trans athletes and whether or not they should compete with the women's team and this, that, and the other. And I still stand behind what it is that I said. And that there is, if there was nobody there to compete, then we wouldn't have this problem. Those who say, yes, I can do this. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, I'm good. Let's do it. Why is there such a backlash? Now, here's where I am with all of this as far as high school is concerned. When you're dealing with high school, junior high school, and those, those particular classes, that there is where I think that it is a bit hairy, because I don't believe in the whole idea of the children being on hormone blockers and carrying on pre-puberty, or
that's where my issue starts with
right.
with them doing that. And then I don't know enough about what they really do to know if you are a transgender woman, right? A transgender girl. I'm gonna say a transgender girl because we're talking about high school. If you're a transgender girl, I don't know enough about the hormone blockers or whatever to know if it is suppressing the testosterone. If it's not, do you still have an unfair advantage because you were born male? I don't know enough about it to be able to be like, well, I don't think they should, or I think they should. I'm just not really sure. Because I think it would be unfair to say that they couldn't compete at all. They don't identify as boys, so the boys probably wouldn't let them freely be on their teams anyway. Then, because they do identify as girls, then you're going to say that they have an unfair advantage because they were born boys. So I don't know. I just don't know. And I really feel like it's really unfortunate for anybody who has to go through that, because it just seemed like it's unfair. I don't agree with giving children hormone blockers to begin with. I think that they should at least, to me, I think you should be 25 to get them, but at least 21, not 18. I think you should be at least 21 when you start going to go get counseling to do this. Right. You go through the counseling. By the time you're between 21 and 25, you really know.
Okay.
I just don't know enough about the science and what really is when we're talking about the actual, if somebody has an unfair advantage.
Right.
Because for me, it's never the transgender part, because I could care less. If that's who you identify as, then baby, that's what's on your heart. Be who you're supposed to be. Now, the unfair advantage thing, I just don't know enough about the science to know if it's an unfair advantage.
Okay.
Did your PK start?
I think they should be allowed to play as long as it's known they're transgender. And here's the thing: I do believe that they know that, because especially now. I'm sure back in the day that when this first got started, a lot of people didn't know, and it became known and carried on, and that's what caused the problem or the shock of it all. But nowadays, a lot of the young trans sisters and brothers, honey, it's out there, it's known. You know what I'm saying? And so I really believe that, like you, Eric, yes, they should, as long as everybody know what's going on, because what that does, that gives everybody a choice if they're going to compete or not. Because what is happening is that for the most part, everybody is saying yes to them because they've been in the leagues. They've been there to train. They've been there to this. They've been there to that. Like the two girls were saying, honey, my coaches like me, my teammates like me, and this, that, and other. So there's never was any dissension. It comes down to it where parents who don't like the idea, who sit up there and say, oh, that's not fair. That's not fair. Okay. Now, I'm not going to say that there wasn't any students who sit up there and say, oh, this is not fair. And to ignore them, because their voices need to be heard as well. Here is where I am with Caitlyn Jenner. Okay. Caitlyn, I need you to use your mouth for something else other than just a goddamn lipstick case. Okay? And the reason why I say that is because who else better to know the idea of what it means to be a trans athlete than her? Now, even though when you competed, you were you hadn't transitioned yet, but you understand what the hell the sports is, you know, and shit, you're a decathlon athlete, bitch. You was on the Wheaties box. Okay. So why, and since you're trying to run for governor or whatever, why is this not a platform for you?
But is it because though? Is it because even as a transgender woman, maybe she feels like her strength was still, you know what I mean? Because that's what it
Maybe.
sounds like to me.
But see, here's the thing. Like most of us who understand the basics of biology, okay, we know that males are born with 27 more muscles than women. That's, you know, and carrying on. We all start off as females, but when you become two X's, then you start to develop that way. And a male body has 27 more muscles. Okay. But just because they have 27 more muscles does not make them automatically stronger, because those muscles have to be developed. Okay. And carrying on, because there's a lot of weak men out here that a lot of strong women can take advantage of. Look at female bodybuilders. Female bodybuilders will whoop the shit out of somebody who's
and female boxers as well.
Exactly.
Because you could try Layla Ali if you want to, you're gonna get knocked on your ass.
Exactly.
I promise you.
So in understanding that, the disadvantage is what a lot of folks see as far as that's concerned, you know, and the testosterone. But we all have testosterone running through us. Just that men have more. Okay. My thing is hers making that particular statement, okay, is coming from basic knowledge. But here's the thing, bitch, I need you to be on the forefront to create a transgender league. Create a space where this is not an issue anymore. You understand? Create the dialogue to where you can get with high school coaches, and because how you go from you getting female award of the year in sports, you wasn't even a woman a goddamn year, bitch. You know, I'm still hot about that. I'm still hot about that. You wasn't even a damn woman for
that
year.
one pissed me all the way off.
I'm still evil with that.
You wasn't identifying as a woman. Hell, we ain't know you even thought about putting on a dress. We ain't know shit about that. All I know is I was little and your ass was on the Wheaties box. You had them little teeny ass goddamn shorts that y'all used to wear. Well, wait a minute. But I do not think you should have got no female athlete nothing, because when you won, you were just Bruce Jenner. You was not Caitlyn Jenner, and I think that shit was unfair.
Right.
Just saying.
Right. So, at that particular time, because you saw that clip that they played, and I'm saying it now. If y'all are watching this in the replay and you don't see the clips that we're talking about, and that's because I probably had to cut them out, okay? Because they don't want you to monetize nothing that ain't yours. And even though those were news clips that's open to the public, okay, it may not be here. So I'm gonna put the link somewhere so y'all can see what we're talking about. But just Google, go to YouTube and look up Caitlyn Jenner, and then look up transgender athletes on Good Morning America, okay? Because they did a whole interview. But as you saw in the clip from the ABC News clip, they went to that acceptance speech of hers, and she's going to sit down there and tell me somewhere, and you know, thank you to transgender athletes who are able to compete, you know, for who you are. Now, I'm going to say this because in her defense, I want to look at this objectively. She did say the language that she used was transgender biological boys who are transitioning, you know, and being on competing against girls in school. Now, she did say and stress in school. And that's where I am too, because the younger stages, the junior high and high school level of competition, oftentimes those folks are not into hormonal therapy and carrying on. And those who are, I have to agree with the mother. It's going to take about a year for the hormones to kick in and for that, that transitioning to happen and carrying on to where the body is affected. You know what I'm saying? I still don't agree with hormone blockers and stuff on that particular level because I think it's too early. However, if you are on, like the mother said, okay, sit out a year, let your body transition, and then come back. Okay. I think that that's fucking fair. I think that that's fair. In the meantime, while you're sitting out, then you still train with the team and this, that, and the other. So there could be a fair advantage. Okay. Or just go head on. And I think Caitlyn Jenner, if you want to make a name for yourself outside of being a damn ass all the time, because most of the time she opened up her mouth and folks are like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay. I think this here ought to be a platform for her because she gets to talk about a community that's hers now. Okay. She gets to do something positive and productive. And then some of this shit she could half explain because a lot of folks are like,
I was going to say, yeah, and then you can explain the sports now, even though you're not like an actual in the arenas and whatever athlete, but you can help.
Right.
You can help in that part because usually when you say shit, bitch, I just be like, please shut up. Right. And I usually don't say Caitlyn, and y'all know I have respect for all the shares in the community, but I usually be like, Bruce, if you don't shut the fuck up,
because sometimes
first of all, I don't believe you half the time. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. Sometimes I just think you got a mental disorder and Chris fucked you up. I'm just saying.
Wow. Okay. I always find it interesting that there's no discussed issue with transgender females competing in male sports. Okay, we're gonna call them trans men. Okay, a trans man.
Trans man.
Which I just found something.
I think we do, though. We had some like they playing in football or something like that.
Sure, yeah. Hold on, catch this because somebody there was on Quora. The question is, are there any trans men, formerly women, athletes that are dominating in men's sports? Okay. There's a guy, his name is Chris Mosier. Chris is a trans triathlete who competes for Team USA, born in 1980, which means that that age is already a prohibitive factor in terms of top-level international level competition. That said, Chris came second in the 2017 National Championship in their age category, which is pretty decent performance for anyone. He's trans male. Okay, that's a trans man. Who was this? Kai Allums, and this is a black guy. Okay, you know what? Hold on. What I'm gonna do? Let me share the screen as I read it, so y'all can see these people. Okay, let me do that. Hold on. Are we gonna share screen? Share the screen. Okay. All right. Can y'all see that? Okay. This is Chris Mosier. Okay. That's him. Okay. This is Kai. Okay. Kai played 3 seasons of NCAA Division I college basketball, 4A, this NCAA Division I college basketball team. Alas, for international level men's sports, I can't count Kai as the George Washington Colonials as our women's basketball team. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay, Shula Baylor. Shula is the NCAA Division I swimmer. And in the last season, 2018-2019, swam in the top 15% of all of the NCAA breaststroke times. This would state Shula highly, but not at international level. Okay. I'll include the remain of the list of FTM athletes from the above article. Okay. Mac Biggs for wrestling, Harrison Brown ice hockey, Balian Boschbaum for pole vault. I need to see who that is. Willie DeBrune for cycling. I'm not going to even try that damn name, honey, for track. I want to see that anyway, because there we go, a trans man running track with other men. And since they always talk about trans women are having a disadvantage because of the testosterone, a trans man, honey, has to inject testosterone. Okay. And if they're going into testosterone, then that means that okay, so you up against other men who have naturally, okay, and carrying on. Andreas Krager, shot put, Eric Schneider, skiing, Mark Weston, athletics, Patricio Manuel, boxing. Okay, that's the one. Okay, and this article goes on. There is a fair amount of controversy in that list. The East German steroid scandal for Andreas, and more than your fair portion of oh my, she looks like a man bias. Some of these examples and the reason for the previous comment goes back some years. However, I can't find examples of FTM athletes who can compete at the top of the international sport. There is, of course, a number of male to female athletes who are competing against biological females and are doing very well. By very well, I'll limit myself here to recent FTM athletes breaking world best time records. Rachel McKinnon for sprint cycling and Laurel Hubbard for powerlifting. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So there you have it. Okay. So we have a number of trans athletes out there, and trans men in particular, who are doing the damn thing. It's just that they are not seen or given. There's not a lot of controversy because when it does come up, who's just trying to call me? No, honey, I'm sorry. Leave me a message. Listen, I agree. At the end of the day, a transgender still have the strength of a man, just like a woman who's trans over to a man should not be on a male football team. Okay, and that there is the controversy, and I'm glad you said. I'm glad you're seeing it from both sides of that. But the controversy is this: most of the time, trans men are not seen that way. Okay, there's trans men who are bodybuilders and compete against other men. Okay, and carrying on. But there is a transgender, a trans man competition to where they compete against one another. Okay, and things of that nature. But at the same time, here we are with this particular argument of the trans man athlete with other men. And if they're dominating, then what's the argument? Because the argument here is if you're born male and transition to female, that you shouldn't compete against other females. Okay, biological females, because you have an advantage because of your testosterone. Where here you have someone who was born female, transitioned to male, living as a man, and now you're up against other men, and then you're dominating. Okay, so how is it that becomes an issue? Because now, see, here's where it is, and I've heard this. There'll be biological men who will say, "Oh, well, I didn't put my all into it because I knew she was female," and I think that's a fucking cop out. Okay, I would say that's a cop out. No, what you did was you was up against somebody and you sat up there and got your ass whooped. It would be the same as like straight men always said it about getting their ass whooped by a gay man. You got your ass whooped by a sissy and thought it was going to be an easy win. That's what it was. And it wasn't. It wasn't what you thought. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. And I didn't like it either. No, I couldn't stand that. Okay, when she got that damn award, Caitlyn should have never gotten that award. I say the same thing, bitch. You wasn't even a woman a whole year yet. Okay, and you're gonna give her woman of the year, bitch. Bye. No, no. And ever since then, honey, making her transition, I still need to. I've never lived in her space, and I don't understand what that means for her to be a trans woman. I know being around a lot of my trans friends and carrying on, and then being someone who entertains. I'm a drag queen, honey. Okay, a gender illusionist. Okay, only because that helps pay my bills. I don't live my life as a woman. I don't want to be a woman. Okay. What's up, Kush? Happy. Okay, thank you, baby. You got a happy Mother's Day shout out, girl. So, with that, I'm just having issues, um, with the whole thing. But Caitlin, this is your opportunity now. If you don't do anything before you leave this planet, this should be your opportunity to help shape the world of sports and help them understand where trans fit in. This here would be the greatest opportunity for that. And this here will bring the playing field to some kind of it'll level it off in some kind of respect and have everybody keep their dignity and things of that nature. Okay. And here it is too. I really believe that because there's a lot of sports that are co-ed, like volleyball and carrying on where they playing together.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm at 3 places at once. Buck is over there in the PK over to the Beagle, so I'm trying to throw gifts and stuff over there. I'm listening over here. I'm still listening to verses. Baby, it's good to be a Gemini, honey, because my Gemini's got Geminis. I'm listening on that.
Okay.
And anybody that's in both places at once, if y'all over there, could y'all please throw my brother some gifts because I'm throwing, but he losing.
Okay. Let's see. At best, transgender leagues should be established so that it could be more fair for all athletes. Well, here's where it is. I think that a transgender league, not necessarily fair. I think fair is the wrong word. I think what it needs to be is expanded. Okay. Because here's where it is. Because there is no transgender league, where the transgender people are supposed to play, except for what they identify as.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much as it being a fair level, because the athletes. Listen, one thing about being an athlete is this. Y'all look at women's basketball teams and carrying on. When you see a hard ass stud up there, okay, a hard stud up on a women's basketball team is playing much harder than some of these little pussy ass little half little wenches that want to be cute and pretty, and I'm saying it like that because oftentimes, when it comes down to female sports or whatever, we don't see women as athletes. We still see them as being soft and dainty. And when it comes down to playing hard or whatever, look at boxing. Female boxers, okay? Boxing is already a barbaric sport. And you talking about two women who could go toe-to-toe and sit up there and throw hands the way that they do, bashing each other in the face, and you coming out there with your eye all busted up and shit. No, your husband didn't whoop your ass, bitch. You was boxing. Okay? So because we have that kind of dynamic, it's not that women aren't strong or whatever, but where else are transgenders supposed to play if there is no league, period? Okay? And then I still stand on my argument of this. If there were nobody there to say, yeah, I can do this, yeah, I'll take you on because you got something to prove, then this would not be an issue. This would have been an issue from the top saying we as transgender athletes need to play because we're being banned from everything else. That would have been the argument, but that's not the argument here. The argument is folks are saying, oh, we losing because this is an unfair advantage. No, bitch, Most of y'all, the ones of y'all who complain about y'all losing are the ones who may have said, okay, this is something I don't subscribe to. But the majority of the field is saying yes. They said, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll take it on because I'm gonna show you. You ain't the woman you think you are. Or, okay, you a trans woman. Okay, bitch, you ain't gonna smoke me. Because that's their athlete mentality, the whole competitive field, And that's what a lot of folks are for those who are into sports like that. It's not about whether or not look at running backs and carried on. Let's look at football the way that it is. Okay. You got those folks who are your running backs versus your defensive tackle. A lot of them, those small little motherfucker feelers, though, that because they got speed on their side, that big motherfucker ain't gonna outrun them or can't catch him because he's too big until you get one of them big motherfuckers that can run and smoke your little ass and tackle. Now, is it fair? Are you supposed to sit down there and get mad because you got this great big huge motherfucker tackle you because you got the ball by saying, oh, he too big? You were the one who said you wanted to play football. You know what the hell the thing is. Okay? So that there is something that we need to consider. You know, as far as if we're going to level out and give options. Because if nobody has said, yes, I can take them on, then this would not be a conversation. The conversation would be transgender athletes are being banned from playing sports and they have no place to play. Okay, that would have been the conversation. And so what I'm going to challenge Caitlyn Jenner to do is, Miss Thing, you are the best choice for this because you are a trans athlete now. You are someone who understands what it is to be in these particular matches and carrying on, to compete on an international level at the Olympics and this, that, and the other. You know what that is. And as a trans person, you know how to go to these particular leagues and speak the language. And that there is where this conversation needs to be. So, Miss Thing, I don't want to hear shit else from you about you saying how disadvantaged this is. I need you to sit down here and say, listen, this is what we need to do to sit down and create an avenue, honey, for transgender athletes to compete. Okay? To give them the advantages, not so much as making it fair, but to give them the advantages, because right now everybody mad because they losing to transgender athletes. You losing. Okay? So all right then, let's open this up. Because now, if we open up a trans league and say, okay, this is transgender carrying on, and for those who want to compete, then bitch, bring it. Okay? And there you have it. So those are my little takes on that. Okay? Okay? Are we good? Are we good? All right. Okay, we're going to transition into another part of this discussion. I'm going to replay what we did yesterday, but hold on. Let me do this. What you got? Okay. Let me do this. Let's transition because I want to show y'all something. Okay. Another black product. Okay, hold on. Y'all know that I have introduced y'all to Nagast, right? Okay, Nagast. This is a black-owned shoe company. Okay, this is a black-owned shoe company. And I want to show y'all these particular shoes. I've showed y'all the boots and some of my other shoes that I bought from them before. And I bought these shoes because this here is their Genesis shoe. Okay. And right now, we just got them in stock. Okay. Wait a minute. I'm trying to. Okay. They just got in stock because of COVID and carrying on. We couldn't get them and things. It was a whole big to do and all of this, that, and the other. Oh, this thing is hard. Okay. But that's my shoe thing. But you see this? Okay.
I really like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah, the other ones, like I like the other ones too, because I never got a chance to get my boots. I like the other ones too, but I like those too because I like that more slip-on feel now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, you know, my blood pressure go up and down.
Right.
And a lot of times the softer sneakers and stuff is better for me now. You know, I don't like to wear sneakers, but I've been forced to wear them.
Okay.
Because I don't get to wear my heels and stuff as much as I used to, but I like the kind that slip on like that.
Right.
I want a pair of those. I definitely want a pair.
Now this here.
Anybody, my birthday is June the 6th. Okay. Either him, Michael Ford, y'all know.
On the back,
y'all see my cash right there. Oh,
1619 to 2019, 400 years.
I love that.
This is their Genesis shoe because you know they go to the scripture. Is it Genesis 15? Wait a minute, let me find it. I think it's 15 and 19 or 13, 15. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna give y'all this. I think it's 13 and 15. 13 and 15. Is that it?
Y'all, Tiny high as hell.
Hold on. Oh, is she?
Y'all know she don't sing that
Okay.
much, but when she sings, she still killing it. She killing it, but she higher than the motherfucker. I promise you, she is.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to get this scripture. Oh, it's 15. There we go. It's Genesis 15, 13 through 15. Okay. That's what it is. Genesis 15, 13 through 15. And that's what this shoe is representing. That's why you got the 400 years here, but I'm going to read you the scripture. Why? Now, this is what your Bible tells you. Okay.
Please read that scripture for them. Come on, y'all know I loves me some Old Testament. I'm not a Christian, but I love that Old Testament of that.
Okay. It said, then the Lord said to him, know for certain that for 400 years your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and they will be enslaved and mistreated there. But I will punish the nation they serve as slaves, and afterwards they will come out with great possessions. You, however, will go to your ancestors in peace and be buried at a good old age. Now that there is Genesis 15, 13 through 15. And that's what this shoe is representing. And basically, for those of y'all who are my Bible thumpers and stuff out there and don't believe in slavery and carrying on, y'all want to sit down there and tote that Bible and that. Well, how about this? Because that there is old, that's the first book that say for 400 years that you was going to be a stranger in a strange land. Okay. But after 400 years that we were supposed to be inheriting the land. Hello, children.
But because remember, a little bit before that script, because we was hard-head and stiff-necked people, and you didn't want to listen. And he told you what was going to happen to your generations to come.
Right. Okay. So there you have it. So that's what this shoe.
Down a 1, 2, 3, 400.
That's what this shoe represents, and this is their Genesis 15 and 13 shoe. Okay. And I haven't worn it yet. I just got it the other day, so I haven't worn them yet. But yeah. So that there is our black-owned product for that. This is wait a minute. Let me give y'all the website.
And I'm trying to get y'all heads up in advance. I don't need for y'all. Look, y'all ain't even got to send me no money, but my Cash App is down there. My birthday's coming. Okay.
Okay. How about that? The cheer.
Y'all can pitch in, y'all. Somebody can get me a pair of sneakers, and y'all can take a collection plate to get me the Michael Ford. I really want the Michael Fords, but I can't afford Michael Ford right now. He ain't really that expensive, but I just got bills. It's my birthday. I'm just trying to tell y'all. After, what is that, the 22nd Gemini season start? I'm like my brother over there. We the whole season. I'm just saying. You know.
Okay. If y'all want to find out more about this particular shoe and others, okay, this is the Genesis shoe. Okay, the Genesis 15, 13 shoe. As you see, the 400 years, 1619 to 2019, 400 years. Okay, it's at that website right there, www.nagasfootwear.com. Now, let me tell y'all this. For those of y'all who are larger sizes, because I'm a size 14 shoe, I'm going to need y'all to order a 15 because as the sizes get up, they're not cut the same. And you would have a European size, but they're like a half a size off. So you have to get the 15s in order to have a perfect fit. Okay. So that there was that. Okay. Wait a minute. I put this over here in the on the tube. Okay. She meant David Ford, right? I was trying to figure out who Michael Ford was.
Sorry, y'all know I was mixing up Michael and y'all know who I meant. I'm tired. I had a long day. But see, y'all love me. Y'all know me. You know exactly what I meant. Y'all, David. Y'all know
David Ford glasses. Oh, honey. Okay. Yes. So on that, okay, let me take a little commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to go into the big one about the alpha male and carrying on, honey. We're going to go into that. And I'm going to replay that clip from yesterday, okay? We'll be right back.
Okay, black on. Get into it. Black on. Look at that David Ford right there. That's his thing. Black on. He don't know Tom. Look at that David Ford. That's his thing. He don't know Tom. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can't see the demons. I can't see the demons, but I can see the light.
We are creating black luxury across this country.
Have you tried Big Rob popcorn? It's a wonderful anytime snack that everyone will love. Available in 3 flavors. Grown and Sexy, which is the perfect mix of cheddar, cheese, and caramel. Sugar Shack, a fruitful flavored mix of watermelon and apple. So delicious and good. How about spicy butter and white cheddar? Everyone loves it. That's why it's called good. All Big Rob snacks are manufactured in an FDA-approved facility and flash sealed for freshness, safety, and worldwide delivery. To order, call or text 937-367-8650. That's 937-367-8650. Or contact Big Rob via Instagram at HeyBigRob. As the holidays approach, take advantage of the holiday special. Purchase more than 2 bags and receive a free CD. Call or text 937-367-8650 to place your order now. Big Rob Popcorn, the perfect snack that you will love. It's so delicious.
Being brutally honest with you, I think one of our greatest dysfunctions when it comes to the black family right now, in this generation, the millennials and the young ones and the ones over that, is you have this belief, not you, we, that alpha males are monogamous. Alpha males are not monogamous.
That word, alpha male.
Stay with me. Listen, and I'm not giving Derek Jackson no excuse because he cheated.
So he an alpha male?
I would consider him an alpha. He is the type of male that a lot of women would want to date. And guess what? This whole situation he went through, it will mean nothing. There'll be more women waiting for him when it's over. I did a video a couple days ago when I said to Derek Jackson's wife, if you want to leave your husband for your own reasons, that's your business. You don't leave your husband for what other women want to say about him. Because them same women telling you to leave Derek Jackson will be in his bed tomorrow. You understand? Here's the point that I'm trying to make. There's millions of black men out there who will be loyal to our sisters. You understand? And faithful. But they're the beta males. Alpha males by nature are not monogamous. The man that every black woman wants, they are not monogamous. You understand? And that is a conversation that has never been honestly had. It doesn't mean you can't find a good man. It means you need to revisit your interest in having an alpha. Those men historically, of any race, we're talking about us obviously, but look at the alpha male in any community, white, Chinese, Arab, Latino, Mexican. Alpha males do not do monogamy. And I think alpha males need to stop lying. Let me give you an example. I'm going to have 2 queens. I've made that clear. It's no need for a woman to even try to get with me if she don't understand she's going to have a sister wife. I'm not going to lie to my wives. Do you understand? I'm going to be honest. You're going to know coming in that I'm going to have 2. Ain't no lies. I'm not playing no lies with my queendom. Derek Jackson should have done the same thing. Derek Jackson is not monogamous. I'm not sure if he ever can be. You understand? And he should have been honest with his wife going into it. Here's a big problem. Black men are not giving black women an opportunity to choose. If you and I are dating, I need to tell you, listen, you're not going to be the only one. And I need to be honest with you about how many others there will be. So for Dr. Umar, I'm going to have 2. That's it. You understand? Another man might want 3. Another man might want 4. And he might not want those other women consistently during the marriage. Some men are serial polygamists. You know what that means? That means that co-wife is never the same person from year to year. In other words, the first year of our marriage, she's the co-wife. The second year of our marriage, she's the co-wife. You have men who have a high need for variety. They know this about themselves, but because they want you to be the primary woman, they don't tell you the truth. I think that's what happened with brother Derek Jackson. His wife is a very traditional, laid back. She's not a hot girl. You understand? I wouldn't say she's a beta. I would say she's a traditional black woman, raised well, homegrown, into the church, love her man, love her family, love her children. And she's beautiful. She was the perfect catch for Derek Jackson. But because she was so perfect as a woman to hold him down and help him lay his foundation, he misled her about his true intentions. You see, when you look at her, I can see why he chose her, because she's everything you need minus the drama. But he lied to her. You understand? And my biggest issue with him, you should not have misled your wife about being a monogamous when you know you're not. And we got too many men misleading women, making them think that they're monogamous and they are not. That's where the problem comes in.
All right. All right. Y'all know we played this clip yesterday. That clip was courtesy of 60 million views over there on YouTube. I wanted to give them a shout for their contribution to that discussion. But I want to focus on this whole thing of what he called the alpha male. Now, yesterday I was talking about the whole disconnection with family, okay, and what becomes of the brokenhearted, okay, and how broken men are trying to raise men, but are they raising men or are they raising more broken men? Okay, but then it becomes another part of this controversy or the question about the idea of what the alpha man is, or the alpha female for that matter. Okay, and child, let me read to y'all this article. Okay, I found this article and I want to stick here because wait a minute, no. Is this the right one? I got to find the one that has the, because I did not realize that in addition to the alpha male and the beta male, okay, we have the omega male and the sigma male and the delta male and the gamma male. Okay. And first off, research department, are y'all in here? Are y'all in here? If so,
Well, Buck
let's.
just got done his PK, so I don't know if he's in
Oh,
here
he's
or
done.
not.
Damn it! I was trying to get over there. Gonna throw him a couple things.
Mad because the people wasn't there that they should be. Okay, it's over, so he might be back over here now.
Okay.
Because I couldn't recharge or nothing. My thing, because I usually do it from my iPad. My iPhone wouldn't let me recharge.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that lady, she has some heavy hitters over there, honey.
But one of the things that I need for us to find out is why is it that these particular traits have such why the Greek alphabet and why the Greek titles? You know, what is it about this that has this in a Greek setting? Okay. The alpha male, the sigma, the beta, the delta, the omega, the gamma male. Okay. And no, not alpha. I'm looking this up because I got to get the others. Okay. And carrying on. So
okay, so I got beta. You want to go for beta?
There's a whole list of them, honey.
I was going to say I was going to go down the list if you want.
Okay. Oh, I think I got it. I think I found it. Okay, here we go. I think I got them. Okay. Oh, I got them. Okay. I got them.
Okay, I was going to say because I asked Siri, honey. She pulled them right on up for me.
Did she? Okay, now here we go. In fact, this might be the cute little. Let me share this screen with y'all so y'all can follow with me. Okay. As we do this here. Okay. I ain't got nothing nasty popping up over here, so that's okay. The 6 male personalities, okay? Alpha versus beta versus gamma versus omega versus delta versus sigma. Okay. Now, this is very interesting for me. Okay. This is dated from September 7th, 2020. This is by Mr. Brandon Gale. Is that right? Gale, Small Business and Marketing Advice. Okay. And this here is wait a minute. I don't want to. I'm not going to leave. But he have a homepage. This is called Psychology. This is his psychology section. Okay. Every man has unique personality traits that make him who he is and define his actions. Despite seemingly random acts and ways of going about life being norm for all men, there are ways to categorize a man's actions into more specific traits and tendencies. These classifications help us understand how and why a man lives his life the way that he does. Let's see what each of the 6 unique personalities offer by observing their 4 most prevalent traits. Okay. The alpha male, which a lot of everybody claim that they alpha. Oh, I'm an alpha male. Okay. And I think all the time that because they feel as though that they are so dominant or doggish and, barking all the goddamn time, and they think that that's what they're supposed to mean, right? But let's see. He's confident. The term alpha male is a term most people know, and for a good reason. The term alpha male originates from the animal kingdom as describing the top of the pack. Because of this classification, the alpha male is naturally going to be confident in how he acts and goes about his life. Confidence is the ability to enter into a wide array of situations and know that you will make it through no matter how adverse the situations are. Confidence is not a natural human tendency, and even an alpha male personality type becomes confident over time. He is outgoing. The confidence that an alpha male has is something that is clear from miles away. This means that he can interact with just about anyone. He allows his outgoing personality to him in life. Okay. An alpha male is unshaken when approaching a man or a woman, and he has the skills to charm and talk to anyone. If an alpha male wants to talk to someone, nothing can stand in his way. Being outgoing always allows the alpha male to make more social connections, and form relationships with greater efficiency than any other personality type. He's a leader. When someone who is asked to take the lead on a project, it is the alpha personality who takes charge and leadership. Many successful men in the world are considered alpha males because they are eager to lead others and have what it takes to ask others to follow them on their journey. Alpha males make good leaders because they are naturally inspiring to others, and others are willing to follow them. An alpha male also knows, an alpha male knows how to get a team working together to accomplish the goal. He is charismatic. Charisma is a trait that an alpha man exudes with nearly everything he does. Charisma is the sense of charm and a swagger of a man whom everyone wants to know. Charismatic men act like a James Bond type character, and they act and talk according to their own rules. The charisma that alpha males radiate is the primary reason that people gravitate towards them. A charismatic person is someone who is fun to be around and will naturally be popular with those who are searching for enjoyment from life. Okay? Now, all of those four are the alpha male, okay? The beta male, okay? And see, and I'm saying it like that because oftentimes the alpha male, the alpha male personality is always seeming to be the dominant one or whatever, and also everything else is looked upon as negative, okay, or less than or whatever. Because to say you a beta man, honey, it has a negative connotation to some sort. But let's see what they say here. The beta male, he is friendly. With a lot of negativity surrounding the beta male personality, we need to understand that this very common personality type is nothing of which to be ashamed. A beta male is one who is not a pushover or someone to look down on, but rather someone who is friendly and respects others. Being friendly is something that many people associate with the beta male personality, whether it is toward a man or a woman. The beta male wants to be friendly and kind to everyone and hopes that he will gain the approval of and admiration of others. He is reserved. One of the main traits associated with beta males is being reserved. This natural reservation is what leads people to think that a beta male is shy and not willing to share his opinions. While it is true that some beta males are shy, many are just afraid to share their opinions openly. The reservation of the beta male is something that leads them to avoid many social interactions. Being reserved does not mean that beta males lack something to say, but it does mean that they are limited in how much influence their words or ideas can have. He is submissive. A signature characteristic of the beta male is being submissive and trying to avoid stepping on someone's toes. Being submissive means that when confronted with a conflict or an opposing opinion, the beta male is likely to avoid defending himself if this means that the other person will dislike him. Many view being submissive as a negative trait, and there are times in which being submissive has its benefits. If you are dealing with someone who is just trying to argue with you, or start a fight, being submissive often makes them lose interest and keeps the beta male safe. He is loyal. The last trait for the beta male, and one of the biggest strengths, is that he is very loyal. One reason why the beta male is a very good friend is because he is loyal to those who respect him and are friendly towards him. The loyalty of beta male also makes them great employees because they're very likely to do their job and not interrupt the overall workflow structure. The beta male may not always speak his mind, but he will always be by his friend's side when he is needed. And that's the beta, okay? The beta, and it echoed what I was just saying before I started reading it, as far as this being such a negative connotation, okay? The gamma male, now this is new for me. The gamma male, he is adventurous. The gamma male is a very interesting character. He is seen as having a little bit of every other type of man combined in his personality, with no specific one with no specific one of those personalities being dominant over the other. One of the main reasons for this, that the gamma male is one who is adventurous in life and creates his own path away from the opinions of others. Where the alpha male acts in a way that pleases others, the gamma male will do whatever he wants to feel fulfilled in his life. Gamma males usually have a wide array of skills and interests, leading to them in enjoying, exploring life, and learning and doing as they please. He is eager. The gamma male is likely to be a person who is eager to get many things in life, on the side of experience and enjoying what the world has to offer. The gamma male would likely want to try new things and would be eager to learn new skills. In another sense, the gamma male is also someone eager to gain the affection of others. A gamma male personality is the one who can be independent of others, but still eager to get the respect and admiration that others offer to them. He is aware. What helps the gamma male stand out amongst other types of men is his ability to be aware of his actions and how those actions affect others. This can also be his key to getting very far in his life. It is commonly thought that those who possess these characteristics of an alpha male can turn into more of a gamma male when they become more aware and conscious. The awareness of the gamma male is what allows him to be well-liked and independent at the same time. He is emphatic. Empathy has traditionally been seen as a feminine trait. So seeing a male...
emphatic or empathic?
Oh, empathic. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because I'm listening to you read gamma, and now I know what the hell I want. I want a gamma man. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Okay, G5G, honey, gamma. Okay. Come on, school days. But yeah, you're right. That is empathic, and I read that wrong because I'm thinking emphatic. Okay. Empathy. Let me reread that. Empathy is traditionally been seen as a feminine characteristic. So seeing a man act with a sense of empathy is interesting and perhaps somewhat atypical. The empathy experienced by a gamma male allows him to understand what others are going through so that he can act as sort of a support system for others. With empathy towards others, many people will interrupt the gamma male's feelings with a reassurance of their own situation or feeling, and they will embrace the gamma male. Overall, the gamma male is one, if not the most level-headed male personality types. Okay? All right. The omega male. Now, wait a minute. Before we get here, research department, this is what I need from y'all. I need for y'all to go up in here and look to see why is it that we're using Greek alphabets in all these different descriptions of male personalities. Why is it the Greek culture or the Greek alphabet is being used to signify?
Because Greek culture went in over, I could tell you a little bit of that already. Greek culture went in over the African culture and took a lot of our things, and then they translated them into them being Greek.
Okay.
Because I was into, I forget what it was something I was looking up last week, and that's how we found out a lot of the things that we talk about when it comes from the Greek gods, with a lot of the stuff that we perceive as being Greek actually go back to our hieroglyphics and stuff in Egypt. There were things that were taken from there and translated over as it being like it came from the Greek.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you have it. Okay. So then the question becomes, what are these characteristics? If this is a Greek interpretation of it, then what's the original African, or what's the original translation or the original manuscript? Okay. The omega male. Come on. He is self-assured. Where the alpha male relies on his group on his group for reassurance of his character and status, the Omega male acts completely opposite of that, with little regard for how he is seen by others. Because of this, Omega male's sense of self-assurance allows him to avoid trivial popularity contests. An Omega male would definitely have a few close friends he trusts and respects, but his primary source of meaning and confidence comes from within. A downside to that is that an Omega male often neglects to care for others, and they only know how to care for themselves. Ooh, interesting. He is driven with so much internal power to move him forward. You're likely going to see an Omega male being driven to do what he wants to do, what he wants. He is his own best cheerleader and will give himself all the motivation he needs to take action or succeed at completing a task. Other men are likely only going to want to get something done or take on a task if there's some extrinsic level of gratification or a reward. For the Omega male, the task that drives him from within will be all the motivation he needs to see that something is handled. He is intelligent. The typical nerd archetype is something you can see among Omega males, as they are very focused on intelligence and learning. An Omega male is someone who can breeze through complex algorithms and formulas to crack a code that others are often far too aloof to understand. Where many men will just talk on and on without thinking about what they are saying or listening to the other person, the Omega male is going to listen with intent and can make calculated decisions on how to respond. Omega males are something like a human calculator. Wow. He has diversified interests. Going along with the somewhat nerdy focus of Omega males, they are often going to be engaged with things like video games, as well as obscure hobbies. Things like building models and hobbies that stimulate the mind are just what an Omega male would love to spend his time doing. If an Omega male wants to take on a hobby that everyone else feels uncomfortable trying due to social pressure, the Omega male will just do whatever he wants. The lack of care for external validation gives the Omega male a sense of freedom to do whatever he wants in his own way. Okay. That's the Omega. Now we go on to
before you go to the Delta man, I just had a thing where I thought about it. Like, we laughed about, Gamma Phi Gamma from school days. Think about now, because Gamma is stuck in my mind now.
Come on now.
Think about it. I want to interview Spike Lee now, because when you wrote that part,
right?
Did you have this information? Because think about the males that they were imitating, even though they were imitating the thing.
Right.
Think about who they were.
Right.
Were they these people that we just described?
Right. Exactly.
I want me and Gamma me.
Okay.
Gamma me. Sorry, y'all. Unless I hear something more potent down here with the deltas and stuff like
well,
that.
Well, hold on. We finna get to see. Okay. Because after shit. Okay. Knock it over my shoes. After Alpha Beta. Okay, all this other shit is new to me because I didn't know about a male and all this. So this is an education.
I never even thought about it. I mean, I know about it when we talk, as far as we talk about the fraternities and the sororities and stuff like that. And I knew about that, but I never went into what that actually meant. So now I want to know, because Helena's always talk about sororities and fraternities.
Right.
So I want to know, when they take on those names, are they taking them on according to what the definitions of it means? I want to know.
I want to. That was always one of my questions about sorors and frats. How did you come about understanding that these Greek letters were going to represent you?
Right.
Okay. What was it about these particular letters that say, yeah, this is who we are?
Yeah, because when you think about the Alpha Phi Alphas, they are the most, they're the most known. And then when you go over to the females, the AKAs, they're the Alpha Kappa Alphas.
Right.
They are the most known female. They're the most dominant in all the things. So it kind of fits with them. But do the rest of them fall in line with what we're reading here? This is really, really interesting.
It's very, very. Okay. Okay, let's go to the Delta male. He is resigned. The Delta male offers a unique perspective into the way a person can change a personality type, as the Delta male is usually someone who has gone through an experience that has caused him to change into a Delta male. Whatever the experience may be, a Delta male will become more reserved because of it. Whether he went through a bad breakup or has developed trust issues in the past, a Delta male will be slow to trust new people, as he is often felt very reserved. There is a sense of not caring in that he does not have many thoughts on how to act as his own person. He is resentful. Going alongside their tricky past has made them not get close to others. Delta males are often harboring some amount of resentment towards others. The Delta male will very rarely look inward to resolve issues, as he looks to others to blame for his problems. A Delta male will be resentful to a person he used to date or was friends with in an unhealthy manner. Instead of moving on with life and growing as a person, the Delta male will use this person as an excuse to remain unhappy and unproductive in his own life. He is self-sabotaging. The Delta male often lacks the reality of life that you need to often deal with problems yourself. By placing the blame on others for his problems, the Delta male will self-sabotage himself by living under the illusion that there is nothing he can do to become better. If he is in a group of friends, the Delta male will likely act manipulative or lie to get what he wants. In doing this with the few people that want to hang with him, the Delta male makes it very easy for people not to trust or want to be around him. He is lonely. When it comes down to it, the Delta male is very likely to be a lonely person. While he may have once been the life of the party with many friends, the Delta male has turned into something bad. In letting himself get hateful towards others and losing self-control, the loneliness sets in. The loneliness of a Delta male will lead him to only become more resentful, angrier at others, as he feels his loneliness is someone else's fault.
I know people like that.
I do too, child.
Honey, the fact that we had what we can put on. Listen, you make sure when we get done tonight, you send me this, because I'm gonna elaborate even more tomorrow on the what you call. Because I'm gonna go over to the alphas, how the different women too.
Okay, right. Okay, because but I'm thinking that this is probably the same. Okay,
I'm thinking, but I want to look. I want to check to make sure.
But I want to exactly. Okay, now here we go. The Sigma male. The Sigma male. Okay, he is cunning. You should be cautious of Sigma males, as they can just as easily convince you of something that nobody else could. They don't share their presence or power. They don't share the presence or power of an alpha male, but they can just as easily get their way thanks to their immense cunning and ability to manipulate people and situations.
Just say they sneaky as shit.
Okay. Whether you see it as a positive or a negative, the cunning of a Sigma male is undeniable. They are able to get almost anyone on their side and are great at persuasion. Being a cunning Sigma can help open many doors if you are careful not to be too cunning with others. Okay, so you're a con man. You're self-confident. Okay, just as he can manipulate the social situation and the people in it, the Sigma male deep down has no invested interest in the opinions of others. Sigma males are certainly popular with others, but they do not need the approval of others to feel good and reassured about themselves. You can almost think of the Sigma male as someone like a James Dean character who doesn't play by the rules and is fine being alone. Even when they are alone, the Sigma male is perfectly happy with themselves. He is likable. Unless you are very good at seeing through the charm and manipulation of a Sigma male, he is a very likable person. People appreciate that they are not afraid to play by their own rules and are not constantly searching for social validation as a lesser person would. These types of men are often going to associate with the alphas and the omega personalities as they can get along at the top in their own ways. The likability and cunning actions of the Sigma males are enough to often get him in whatever friend group or situation in which he wants to be. He is calculated. The final piece of the Sigma male puzzle is his ability to make calculated moves and decisions with great accuracy. He will often pause before reacting to questions so that he could come up with a reason that is either well spoken or funny if the situation calls for it. He is intentional with with everything he does, and very little will catch a Sigma male off guard. People will often find a Sigma male to be more intelligent and funny, as he is witty with what he says and rarely just speaks without thinking to help increase his overall likability. The conclusion: from the alpha male to the sigma male, every male personality is unique in its own way. These personalities can determine how different men will react in social and business settings. You can use your personality type to thrive in life, and understand others will help you better interact and make future connections. Now, how about that? We said they got the other one. Now, I'm a post this up here because they have the female counterpart to this.
Okay.
Okay, so
we don't have to read them, but you would just
no. I'm
six
a
of them,
send
right?
it. I'm a send.
Okay,
I'm a
send it
send
to
it.
6 female personalities. Yeah, send me that whole article.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it over to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that gamma man though. I like that person. The personality of a gamma male is more what I feel fits the kind of person I need in my life. That I
Okay.
want and I need. The alpha male, like, dude, I don't need nobody always like they territorial. Alpha males are very territorial and everything is mine, 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 mine.
Exactly. Okay.
And everything has to be yours, yours, yours. Like,
Okay.
but the traits of the gamma male is what out of everything you read, that's probably going to stick with me for the longest. I love it.
Okay. How about that?
Thank you. Got it. Thank you. I see it up there.
Okay. How about that?
You
Okay.
guys, comments. What y'all think? I am definitely going to go into more depth on a different way because we're using this to talk about what Dr. Umar said. Like I told y'all last night, anybody that was listening last night, I got this love-hate relationship with Dr. Umar because, he's from Philly. I like a lot of his ideology and stuff of not medicating children. Stop thinking every kid got ADHD and they just want to dope them up and all kinds of stuff. I like that. I like the idea of having the school. Like I watched his interview last week at the Breakfast Club when he's talking about they have like literally 6 weeks worth of work. And all he would need, he's not asking people for money to get that done. He's asking
Right.
people to donate their
Donate
time,
the time to come
your
and do it.
carpentry
Yeah.
skills, your plumbing skills, and all that stuff. So because I'm still on the fence about that. Like Dr. Umar wants to see the school open because the idea is a good idea. People think you've been scamming people for a long time. So I would love to see the school open. But then, sometimes Dr. Umar says some shit and you be like, hold up.
Right.
So I'd be like, I be playing double dutch with Dr. Umar sometimes. I got to wait and see everything he say.
Not double dutch. Did you say double dutch? God damn
Yes,
it.
because I got to see if I'm going to jump in that rope or not because, sometimes. But for what the part of that clip that we heard, I could sit over there if I am correct. It has been a while since I read Stone Legend. I need to go back. Yeah, Leah, yeah. They went over there. They stole a lot of things, from the hieroglyphics out of the the tombs and everything, and then they kind of took it and what we thought was like when we talk about Greek mythology and stuff like that, a lot of that stuff comes from the African, the Egyptian, and Nubian things.
Okay. I read that exact article before, and I'm glad you brought it back up again. Well, thank you, Princess.
But yeah, so to take it to what he's talking about on what you talking about? To take it to what he's talking about when the the thing with what's the man name? I always forget his name. I knew we was talking about where I get money from. Who sent me money? I'm about to cry. My son sent me $50 from Moses. Cause I'm like, it wasn't no money on no goddamn PayPal. I know it wasn't no money on no PayPal.
Okay. Oh, the cheer.
But the guy, what is his name? Derek somebody?
Jackson.
Derek Jackson. Okay. So his situation is talking about Derek Jackson and cheating on his wife, blah, 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 blah. Because Derek Jackson is a person that we look to. We see him on Instagram, we see him on Facebook, and he's giving all these different things to the women. He's empowering them, and you empowering the men and all kinds of stuff. Then you cheat on your wife. Okay.
Right. How about that?
Okay. I'm gonna just look at it as you're a human being and you fucked up. Like, sir. The minute that you started cheating on your wife, your ass should have been on that motherfucking internet no more. I'm just say that. I would have rather you got on there and said, hey, y'all, I know I come on here and I say this and I say that, but I'm going through some personal shit right now. And I'm going to have to work that out before I come and give any more advice. Now, I don't know if he gave advice after he was cheating on his wife because I don't know the exact circumstances. But in this case, I believe, and I do, and I told y'all there's a double Dutch thing with me and Dr. Umar, but I do stand on what he's saying. If you are an alpha male, what it seems like he is, because the way he talks, his talk is very like that. What was that last one we were talking about? It's very intentional, like the cunning person. Very intentional like that. But you come across as an alpha male, right? So if your alpha male status and your wife was not all you needed to satisfy you, then yes, you should not have lied to her. Because the minute you knew that that wasn't enough, you could have very well came out the same way Dr. Umar said, hey, ain't no doubt about it. I'm serious about my queendom, and there's going to be 2 queens in that motherfucker.
Right.
I'm telling you, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, like what Meech was saying last night, well, you got kids by 2 different women. Okay, we don't know really the situation. Maybe he was a damn dog back in the day, and now he done came into what he knows about himself, and he said, hey, I can't lie to a woman no more. I know I need more than one.
Right.
I ain't really sure. You know, or if the other 2 knew. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think in what he's saying when it's directed to Derek is true. If you know that more than one person you need to satisfy you, you should be honest about that. Don't take the choice away from the other party. And I'm saying this on whatever relationships you have, whether it's male and woman, male and male, female and female. If y'all got some poly shit going on and everything is just free love in there, if you know what you need and what you want in your life, do not lie to that main person in your life because you take away their choice. When you take away their choice, because you never know, they might be cool with it. And if they're not, you need to love them enough to let them go. Because remember I told y'all about that thing about Islamically polygamy. If the first wife say no, it's 2 things. Either it's not happening or you have to let her go.
Right. You
cannot lawfully, in the laws of Islam, just say, well, I'm taking another wife anyway because I can. Because that's something that needs to be discussed before you get married. I'm going to have more than one wife. Oh, well, I'm not doing that. Right. I have more than one wife. Okay, let's talk about this. Because she can't live in my goddamn house. She need to have her own shit.
Right. How about that?
Afford to do that. These are discussions you need to have, and these are grown people conversations. When you take away somebody's right to choose if that's what they want, but you say you love them so much, you are going to destroy them internally. Now, like Dr. Umar said, now if you're going to leave your husband because you want to leave your husband. Not because all these bitches out here telling you, girl, you need to leave him because he ain't lying. The next bitch, the same bitch telling you need to leave him will be right there and with it. So it's a lot of shady, the shit gets cloudy, and now, with all the polyamory and all that shit and all that, it's a fad now. It's cool. It's cute. Now, is it? And that's what I need to find out. Me being older, am I taking it as I'm getting old and that's some bullshit because y'all on a fad, or are you really understanding the cultures of old, the cultures of the continent that we come from, which in most places in Africa, you know what I'm saying? Most
Right.
villages and stuff, they do have more than one wife. You look in the Old Testaments and stuff with the Bible, there was more than one wife. You know what I'm saying? Are you doing that, or is it being a fad?
That's a very good question, because here are my thoughts. Okay. I'm glad to have found this particular article. For those of y'all who are on YouTube, I put both of the links up in there on the YouTube feed. I got to put it up here on the Facebook. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it here. This is the Mail article. Okay, that's the Mail article there. I'm leaving it up there for a few minutes, a few seconds rather. Okay, y'all see that? That's the Mail article. If you go there and read to the bottom of it and get down to where it says related articles, you will see the female article of these same characteristics, because the same person wrote the female article. But if you want to go directly to the female article, then here's the link to the female article as well. Okay. However, my whole thing with all of this alpha male characteristics and stuff is this. See, we're still trying to battle the whole idea of masculinity and carrying on. And oftentimes, those who feel as though they are quote unquote real men are usually the ones who always say that they're alpha men. Okay. We're alphas. Like, oh, I'm an alpha. And
not even know what it meant, because all that stuff that we just read
right,
a whole bunch of different people, honey.
Right. And then on top of it, what we end up doing is we have a piece of this little male hierarchy that has nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, the alpha male has always been the quintessential top of the line. And then because we only know alpha and beta, the beta male was always considered to be the negative force, which is why the alphabet children and anybody who may be soft or whatever, the nerds and this, that, and the other have always been beta men according to everything else, because this other language has not been introduced to us as far as gamma, delta, sigma, and all this other shit. Okay. But as far as directly relating that to Umar, because see, I wanted to play that piece. Number one, for him to, because that's the first time I've ever heard him say, "Oh, I've gone public and I'm my queendom. I'm gonna have two queens." Okay.
Yeah, I never really ever heard him talk about.
Okay.
That relationship thing.
Exactly, and then to not, I was going to say not to get into his personal shit, but I am. Okay. Going public with all of this, does this feed into this whole Pan-Africanism shit? Because I like your question. Are you trying to connect with culture, from back in the motherland, or are you just being a hoe and want to sit down here and make it cute to be a hoe? Okay. Because all this poly, pan, all this shit, those are cute little names. And here I am, and this is going to sound hypocritical from me, because I am one who have been trying to teach folks, and y'all heard me say this before, sexuality is such a large gamut, okay? And we don't know the whole spectrum, like a number line. You got hetero attractionality on one end, homo attractionality is its polar opposite. Right there, smack in the middle, is bisexuality. But now we got so many lines in this that smudge, and everybody want exact interpretation of who they are because they don't necessarily fit this the way that it's defined. So now we have all this other language coming out, and basically all it does is right now, to put it in layman's terms, we are living on a hippie lifestyle, if you will, just 2.0. Okay.
That's why I said, is it me getting old?
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's no. I don't think it's us getting old. I think what has happened is it's the same shit. It's just that now we got so much language for it, so it done became confusing.
Right.
Okay.
And I want to elaborate on what you said, like, as far as Dr. Umar is saying what he said. Now, like I said, I play double dutch with him sometimes. However, I'm thinking maybe because we don't hear him talk about his actual, intimate details of his life, maybe this was the opportunity to say, hey, this is what it is for me over here.
I like that, yeah. In order to be transparent, because you're talking about another brother who done came out.
Because you're talking about another brother. So he's giving you that, because he's saying, like, I like that brother. I like what he says. But what I don't like is that he lied.
And then he lied, right.
That he lied.
Right.
So I think that opened the door for him to be able to say, because now if you don't say that and then somebody finds out about you later, is it that you hid it or you just didn't say shit because it wasn't none of y'all business? So I kind of like that he said it.
Right.
I just need to go a little bit deeper to see.
No, my whole thing is
somewhere else
because what that does is open me up to want to bring him back on the show. See, now that went public about that and trying to understand you personally, because one of the things about this and this particular conversation about understanding the alpha male, and the alpha male is never monogamous. Okay. And I want to believe that
that's true.
And well, I tend, the way how he presented it is definitely up for debate. It is definitely up for debate because let's look at the animal kingdom. Okay, the animal kingdom is this: the dominant male is the one who get the bitches. Okay,
and then all the ones he wants.
And then it takes the two that is always two that's fighting for the attention. When it's mating season, there's always two fighting for the one, and the dominant one is the one who ends up getting it, and carry it on. So it's really much so up for debate, but it's also something to be truthful because it widens the conversation. You keep saying that's what you want as an alpha male. Okay, because I'm an alpha female. So does that mean that you're going to cheat too?
Right.
Okay. Does that mean that because an alpha trying to lead an alpha, honey, if y'all button heads because y'all too strong and this, that, and the other, what does that mean? Because that means somebody does not want to be submissive in the leadership. See? Because
now I want to look at, that's why I said I wanted to look at the different females, of the females, because I know for me, if somebody gets to know me, the first thing they're going to think is that I think I'm an alpha female. But if I have an alpha male, because I say this often, I am very strong in my personality.
Dr. Umar is okay. I like what he's trying to do, but I'm on the fence. Not feeling his stance on the LGBTQ community. It seems he has a bias about that.
He does. He does. He does. But we also got to understand that's his right to have that bias. Everybody here's the thing. Everybody ain't gonna want to understand.
Here's the thing, and not so much as that. Not only does he have a right to his bias, the problem that I have about him having a right to his bias is that he double talks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you're not gonna sit down here and say, "Oh, I don't wish no ill will on my LGBT brothers and sisters." Then at the same time, in your mouth, tell me, "Oh, I can't be a part of your shit because I don't believe in family," and you have not sat down to talk about family, okay, or accepted the way how we build family,
right?
Okay? And to accept the fact that for those of us who don't date interracially or don't have kids interracially, I'm with another black man. What the fuck are you talking about? See, you want to double talk that shit.
I think the issue is you don't want to address it all. You want to stay one-sided and close
one-sided and this, that, and the other. And that's where I am with him and his double talk.
And I would rather him not speak on the LGBT community if you're not going to get it right.
Or
if
at
you're
least
not willing
from
to
the point.
understand, if you're not willing to open your mind and to hear everything, I would rather you not talk about. Remember, we talk about this like when it comes to religion.
Right.
You can't argue with somebody else's religion when you don't know it.
When you don't know it, or want to sit down to get to understand it.
Or get to understand it. You don't know it, you never tried it.
Right.
Your mind is closed to trying to understand it. You don't have to like it. You ain't got to convert to it, but to understand means you can have a dialogue.
Right.
And if you're closed off to understanding what it is, then I feel like your right should be taken away to talk about it.
Exactly. You know, and that's where I am with him. And that's anybody who's traditional thinking, because listen, I've had to, it's not about changing their minds, you know, because I don't need you to change your mind. You feel how you feel. But what you are going to do is respect me.
Respect. That's it.
Okay, that's what you're going to do. What you're going to do is understand.
Common courtesy.
This may not be you may not rock the same boat and carrying on. As a matter of fact, see, the difference is, I'm gonna let you come on my boat, okay? And if you don't want to paddle or whatever, the whole idea is to make sure we get to the other side of this damn thing.
That's all.
I'm not gonna watch you drown. I'm not gonna watch you drown.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But are you gonna let me?
And that's where it is, because I don't believe that it's gonna be the same thing if the shoe was on the other foot.
If the shoe was on the other foot.
If I'm out here and I see this big ass boat, but because you see my damn little rainbow shit on me or whatever, you go bypass me, okay, and say, "Oh, we too full." And see, that's that, and I like that analogy, because that's what I mean about that double talk, okay. Oh, well, no, I ain't got nothing against my LGBT brothers and sisters. They can love who they love and blah, blah, blah. But yet, when it comes down to the issues, okay, we come to the table with the same fucking issues, and then we telling you independently, okay, now that we got this on the table, I need for y'all to understand that this is my family.
Because now, you know what that just made me think about?
What?
Okay, I want you to open at school. I need these kids to be able to be taught the right way. So one of them children come in there and they are a same loving person.
Right.
How are you going to treat them children?
Exactly, because he's one who believes.
I need to know that.
He's one who believes, according to his work. Okay, because when I interviewed him, he said, well, according to those who have come into my office, you know, he said that a lot of them have been sexually abused by somebody. And I can't take that from him, because you dealt with those students. I didn't. Right. Okay. I'm only taking them at face value. Okay. And in his work, you know, this, that, and the other. So it is my belief that when you open up this school, that you're going to see this as a sexual trauma, you know, and somebody does something.
Yeah. Are you not going to?
And then comes the conversion.
That's my issue.
Is conversion. Because we need to understand this is family, this, and this. However, y'all hear me say this all the time. Sexual trauma does not create orientation.
I don't think so.
Sexual trauma awakens what the body is going to do. That's how come when it happens to kids, they don't get turned out. What happens is their body is awakened to those senses very early.
Early.
Sex is one thing that is a learned behavior and a necessity at the same time.
Because they have so many different sides of what the sexual childhood trauma could be. Somebody can say, I was sexually abused as a child, and because of that, now I don't want to be around no men because that made me hate men.
Right.
That didn't happen to me.
Right. But see, here's the thing.
Or somebody that said that it could be a female who's sexually abused by another female, that might not make her turn gay either.
Right. And but see, this is where the psychology of that has to be broken down so we can find out the root of the trauma. You understand? Why do you feel this way? Understanding that was an experience, and then you have to teach folks that it's okay to be sexual again, because now we have to dissect what this means, what that means, and this, that, and the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where it didn't alter my sexuality.
Right.
But it did impact me sexually.
Right. And but some folks,
I'm very reserved, and I'm not fucking here, there, and everywhere because I
Right.
feel like it made me be very protective.
Right.
Very protective and very selective. That's why it's so easy for me to be celibate for long, like
Right.
y'all wouldn't believe, long periods of a time, because my mind, you know, when they be like, oh, but everybody needs to just come and all kinds of stuff like that. My
Right.
mind
Right.
don't work like that. Because my
Right.
body is not sexually turned on unless I'm around somebody that I actually care about and I want to be intimate with. I'm
Exactly.
just not sexually turned on like that.
Right.
So
Right.
it can affect people in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Not every boy that was sexually abused by a man will turn gay
Right.
or become gay or whatever. But do I think it's possible? Because somewhere along the line, like you said, where the G spot is for a male is in his prostate. So if you think you've been being abused for over a period of time, right? Not just maybe one time or whatever, and then you might be a little confused and mad or whatever, but over a period of time. So somewhere along that line, that spot was touched, and you start being able, even when you felt like it was wrong, but there still was a sexual sensation that made you feel good. So now, did that turn you gay because that's where you found it, or were you born that way?
And see, here's the thing, and this is why I really wish that the sciences and stuff would go into researching this.
Yeah.
And what it is, the body is designed to react to stimulus.
Period.
Okay? The body is designed to react to stimulus. You know, I've said this before. If I was to blindfold a dude, if I
We talked
blindfold
about this.
and I tied your hands so where you couldn't touch or feel. If I had a woman talking to your ear because I know you're attracted to women, just talking to your ear and get you to where you need to be, you wouldn't know if that was a man or a woman giving you a blowjob or not until you were able to see, touch, and feel. Okay? Because it's only then that you make the connection. The body is going to respond to the stimulus of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so oftentimes what feels good is where the confusion come in because it's like, I'm not supposed to feel like this. Why
Or
do I
even the other way around.
Right.
Say the man was gay and you had a man talking in his ear.
Right.
And letting a woman give him the blowjob.
Exactly.
You're not gonna know. It's gonna still feel good.
Exactly. I had to happen to a trans girl. No, and to women too. Now she didn't give me a blowjob, but what it was, she came up on me, and the way how she touched me, and I was like, oh, wait, and she hit one of the spots, and I had to push her back. I was like, okay, girl, wait a minute, okay, and it becomes that, you know what I'm saying, which is why the body is that way. And when we talk about these kinds of things, this here goes to have to be discussions. Because what we have to do is open up that particular conversation. We have to open up that conversation because that's where a lot of the ambiguity is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of folks, everybody live in this world and they want the world to be so dead cut, black and white,
right.
Realized and broken down into specific and very definitive, it's either black or white kind of things, to where there's always the cross section of where there's the gray, and then there's a whole set of things that's all color. But nobody wants to deal with the color, okay, and things of that nature. And when we come down to this whole alpha male thing or whatever, this here, we got a lot of validity here.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have to break this down because what you think is alpha ain't alpha. It's a lot of masculine machismo bullshit, that you want others to subscribe to. Okay, versus understanding that, everything is everything. I like the idea of the gamma. I think I'm a cross between the gamma and the beta, because
I don't like that damn one that was at the end.
What, the sigma or the delta?
I think it was the Delta.
The Delta. Was
Cunning
the
one. Delta is cunning, right? Is
no,
Delta the cunning one?
Sigma is the cunning one. The Delta was
His ass, I don't like his ass.
And we know a lot of Delta. The self, just the introspective, gloom and doom, always blaming somebody else. It ain't never his fault. Why he can't
right.
Oh, I had a job, but them motherfuckers they pissed me off.
Yeah, everything is everybody else's fault.
It's always somebody else's fault. Never take a responsibility for their own shit. Never take a responsibility. So it's very interesting.
But it's still, but the Deltas and them damn Sig.
Okay. So
yeah,
the Sigmas are the con men, and I know we know some
a
of
lot
those.
of them. That's why
Those are those natural charmers that carry it on. They get by on their looks or they talk. They got a good.
Look, ladies, we talk about those seasonal men.
Right. Okay.
The ones
exactly.
that can charm you out of a warm bed for the winter.
Right. Okay.
Grab those Sigma men, honey.
And it happens. So I wanted to have this particular. I wish Red was here because I wanted to get his perspective on it, but I don't want to sit on this too long. We may have to end up revisiting this entire conversation.
Yeah.
And I think the next time that we do this, I'm going to read the female alpha verse and all the things, so that we can catch it from that particular perspective. But
I'm definitely gonna bring it up tomorrow over on my thing tomorrow.
Okay.
I want to get some other perspectives, and because I can do it on a panel.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think Mitch S.E., I think his men's panel is Tuesdays at 4 or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing for y'all to come up with too over there. Like join the men's panel and talk about it. Because that thing, it gives you a lot of, it will open my eyes to some stuff. Because as soon as you're reading, and it's like, I know those motherfuckers.
Right.
I know a lot of them.
Right.
And when you get down to reading about the alphas, it's like, sir, you ain't all that.
Boom.
You ain't really all that.
You ain't right. What
that's
you think
that's what it made me feel like. You alpha mother, but you ain't really all that.
Right.
You just want to be, and you feel like it's like that. It's the selfishness of it for me when it comes down to understanding what they say the alpha male is. It's like, this is mine. I gotta have this. I gotta have it all.
Right.
I cannot share. I need to have it all. Everything has to be mine. And everything has to be about me. Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need that. And I know for that beta, when they talk about the loyalty and carrying on, and oftentimes we will put ourselves on the back burner, trying not to hurt nobody else's feelings. But watch out, because when we do and go in for the cut, when we go in for the slay, honey, we slaying dragons and bears, lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my, honey. Oh my, honey. Follow the yellow brick road, bitch.
Okay. Look, don't get all 6s and 7s.
Because you will see the wizard, bitch.
Don't get it all 6s and 7s, yes, because you
don't be all 6s and 7s, honey. I love that. Yes.
Don't get it confused. Don't get all 6s and 7s. Don't you get all 6s and 7s, honey. Don't get it confused.
Okay.
So I really enjoy that. I really enjoy hearing that.
So on
get Umar ass on here.
You know what? I would love to, because I
think man Boyce ass on here. I told y'all, now listen, before I could never stand Dr. Boyce, but I really could not stand his ass. And it was more the fact that, back in the day, I was rocking hard with Umar, right? But then, like I said, I was a camera person. I was the camera person at Dr. Boyce Watkins, one of the seminars that he had. And I got to see that he's not an asshole all the time.
Right.
So there you have it. I still think most of the time when He wasn't talking the way we're talking. He wasn't talking social talk.
Right.
His thing was about building Black businesses and getting into the medical marijuana stuff. It was one of those kind of seminars. So I was able to see a different side of him. Now, when he gets into this,
okay.
Yeah, sir, I don't really care for you that much.
Okay, right. Okay.
Right, you're gonna learn today.
Okay. Well, listen, on that note, everybody, I was going to go into another thing about, but I'm going to do that for tomorrow. I said what I said.
Homework to do.
Child, we sitting up here. I got to go home next week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my computer. I don't know if we're going to be on next weekend, honey, because I'll be home and I got my funerals and stuff to deal with.
Yeah, you guys, I have finals and stuff.
So we may end up taking a break next week. However, I'm gonna play that by ear. But nonetheless, child, trying to go home. Are y'all really ready for this company to open, for the country to open back up? Because all these fucking companies.
I just got a question. Brian just asked me while we were on. Is Georgia open? Are we all the way open? And I just told him. I said I don't know.
I think that we are
all the way.
Because restrictions have been lifted. Yeah, I know the bars and stuff. The bars and stuff. He lifted the restrictions on the bars a couple of weeks ago. I think it is. Although we're not open, let me look that up because I know we got a lot of restrictions that were lifted because we were told that they don't have to be 50% capacity anymore. They could go to full service. You know, a lot of the restaurants and stuff could be full service again. But I think it's still individual. Right now, we're still individual. And so that's that whole state versus city thing because KEISHA was battling with him. Like, wait a minute.
Remember I said that, like,
battling.
She's been battling with him since the beginning. Her, the mayor in Savannah, that white man,
yeah,
they was going at this man. Like, why are you trying to put us at risk?
Yeah, and so right now, you know, and it's a lot of
control. Y'all better listen.
It's a lot of the Republican-ran states who are trying to. Florida just open every damn thing up.
Texas was too. Natural woman tells us she said they don't have to wear their mask or none of that.
Right.
Shit.
And it's like,
said,
really?
Well, I wear, me and my kids, my husband, we wearing our damn masks. I don't give a damn where we
right. And so because of that, you know, we're in this whole big old to-do. You know, and the thing of it is, are you ready for this to be open like that? Because I'm used to renting a car for the weekend, and I can get a rate for like $35, $40, maybe $69 a day. Bitch, I went to go try to get this goddamn car. And from Thursday to Sunday, which they're saying is only 3 days, bitch, it is costing me $140 a motherfucking day. And that's before the insurance. That's before
use your own damn insurance.
Right.
Insurance?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
I got time for that bullshit.
You know, what the fuck is this? No. It doesn't even make sense. I was like, wow, this is costing me $100 extra a day just to rent the car. I wasn't trying to go home spending no motherfucking $1,000 for no damn weekend. Because even the hotel, and I'm with the hotels.com, found a cute little rate for $80 a day.
I was going to say, y'all don't have no affiliates up there?
No, we don't. We don't. Okay. But nonetheless, that's what we are. It's like, bitch, are you crazy? So are you really ready for this damn company to open? Because we're going to pay for that. We are going to pay for these companies trying to get, you know, recoup the money that they lost over the pandemic and still losing. Because remember, I'm still conducting partial unemployment because we're not open yet.
Right.
Okay. We're still not open. We don't have a full staff.
They say Georgia is out. Who said that they about to run out their money? Is it Georgia?
I don't know. Georgia always about ready to run out of damn money. They always claiming they're about to run out of money. And I think that's just support to get everybody. You got all these jobs opening back up and, you know, everybody claiming that they're hiring. But let's look at what your hiring package is. Okay, we offered you $15 an hour.
But where's the insurance? Where's the benefits? What you got?
There's a McDonald's over here for night managers. They starting at $12 an hour at McDonald's for night manager, and the day shift manager was, I think, 11 or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, wait a minute, honey. Okay, that's a cute starting rate or whatever, but now we still got to sit up here and we got to get it up and going. And then on top of it, a lot of these jobs are they're only part-time positions.
Right.
And in food service,
no benefits or nothing.
They have no benefits.
People lost their insurance.
Yes.
I don't have no damn insurance. And then you want to tell me to go to the fucking marketplace. Well, how can I afford the marketplace?
Listen, let me tell you something about that damn marketplace. Because they keep pushing. You hear the commercials all the time. Oh, go to the marketplace. Everybody can get insured.
No, you can't.
For $10 a month. Okay.
That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie. I'm going to tell you what it is. What it is,
for what I need.
You can get $10 a motherfucking month, but your damn deductible is $8,500.
And for the stuff that I need.
Right.
The stuff that I need, you're telling me basically no dental benefits or anything else. Right.
And Lord knows.
The things that I need, you guys know I have illnesses. For the things that I need, the cheapest one would be about $300 a month.
Right. Yeah. Right.
So I ain't supposed to do shit else. Pay insurance. Fuck my rent. All the other bills. Car insurance. I ain't supposed to do none of that.
It's supposed to, nah.
I ain't supposed to do none of that.
So that's where we are with a lot of this.
I'm ready to go the fuck back home and get me some insurance. I can get insurance at home. Georgia, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing.
Right. Well, Michigan, I can't, because Michigan is all over the goddamn place, child. They all over the place and things of that nature. And folks are still waiting to do this and waiting to do that. And the municipalities of it all have really just suckered the people into some bullshit. The municipalities of it all have suckered the people into bullshit. And you know, for those of y'all who say y'all don't vote and carry on, if you don't want to vote, at least look at the policies that are being out there to see how they affect or don't affect you. Right. Because see, oftentimes, if you don't vote, okay, I'm not going to push that envelope, because just like we keep saying, everybody fought for your right. When they fought for the right, it also means that if you choose not to have, your right is not to vote because of whatever, they fought for that as well. Okay. So if that's the case, then okay, cool. But right now, honey, no, A and B, no. There are people who work full time with no benefits. Exactly. Because my donut factory, child. If we work, then now I've been offered to go back for full time. It's available, but because of the things that I'm doing, I'm like, wait a minute. If I do full time, then I could be available for these days. And then they told me, well, if I put restrictions on my availability, then that means I'm not full time. I was
if you get 40 hours, that ain't full time.
Well, and then in my job, 35 is considered
35,
to be full
right?
time.
Yeah, 35. Anything
which is bullshit.
30, right.
That's bullshit. See, we've accepted that. And this is what I don't like about jobs, because of the damn government, the Department of Labor say their full-time hours are 40 hours. Okay? 40. Not 37 and a half, because you took out 2.5 hours for lunch. Because you don't pay for lunch hour, but you make us punch out. Okay? No. 40 hours is supposed to be fucking full-time across the board. I don't know why companies are able to say, oh, well, with our company, 35 hours is full-time and you can get benefits at 35 hours. No, if I'm going 5 days a fucking week to work, give me 8 hours a goddamn day.
Right.
Okay, that's what this is supposed to be. However, that's not what happens. And so because of that, darling, we have allowed companies to do that, and then it becomes a whole big old mess. And see, right now, when companies trying to get back into the flow, they don't want to pick up the damn benefit package of it. And then at this particular stage, this is May. enrollment is not going to be until fucking November. So if I were to go full time now, I still can't get any benefits or whatever because we've missed open enrollment. You know, so and then on top of it, a lot of the agencies and stuff are supposed to have you come back on board. But if you have pre-existing conditions, you know, you can't do shit for a year. Because the insurance, if you have a pre-existing condition, they're not gonna pay for shit the first year.
Right.
So you have to wait a year to do everything, to do any and everything, and that's ridiculous. That there is ridiculous. What's up, pro? Shiro Hero in the house.
Hey.
Okay.
Look, you see that, girl? You see that?
Oh, excuse me. So yeah, so you know, we have got to become better consumers and better advocates for our own money and our own health and welfare. And I understand the business communities and carrying on. You know, you're trying to be thriving again and want to get up and running because the government is on your back about paying these taxes and you know, all of that. Oh, you like these? You like these, Tracy?
You want what a run bill? What you need? Tell me what stone you want. What would you like me to choose it for?
Okay.
When y'all look at Buck be having one on too. He has his own personal one too.
Okay. So all right, I just yawned. So I said this that I was gonna shut this down, and tomorrow for Sunday we're gonna do. And I said what I said Sunday, and get into it. And y'all know what that means, honey. Anybody who got something to say, you got 5 minutes. I'm gonna let you come up in here for 5 minutes. Okay, I have to time y'all because y'all know y'all.
I can't stay that long tomorrow. At the very latest 10:30, 10:45. I have to be off of here. I might be able to stay a little bit longer. Lily don't have school Monday morning. It's parent teacher conference, so I got report card conference. So I might be able to stay just a little bit longer tomorrow.
Okay. So on that, honey, let me let you guys get back into your world. It's still Saturday night. You got time to go out if you're trying to go out. Because y'all know it's the witching
Wear
hour.
a mask and wash your hands.
Wash your ass. Okay.
Wash your ass. Good.
It's the witching hour where y'all know the shit don't get live until now. So for those of y'all trying to go out, that's cute, honey. But listen, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech and Aunt Nikki. And in his absence, honey, the big guy ally, honey, the big red fella, they're down in Chicago at home dealing with the death. Mrs. Red, her grandfather had passed. So they're dealing with that. And then y'all know the other day they just had the baby. So the grandbaby here, the grandfather passed.
Right.
So
one
out. So that's an emotional roller coaster. So y'all keep them up in prayer. I like to say send up your praise reports because I truly live my life that when praises go up is when blessings shout down. I don't pray no more. I send up praise reports. Okay.
Shout out to everybody in Shiro Hero.
Okay, Shiro Hero shouts out, hey babies. Yeah, we supposed to have a meeting this Saturday. I was gonna come, but I got to be in Detroit for a funeral, so I won't be there. And et cetera, et cetera. So that there would be that, honey. If you love us, tell all of your friends, honey. If you hate us, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But you know this. Everything that we're doing over here, honey, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, honey, will move forward. So on that note, honey, until the next time, you be good, you be better. Okay, be good to yourself. Learn how to love yourself, baby. Learn how to love yourself because nobody else is going to do it the way that you do, honey. They're going to shit you. They're going to manipulate you. They're going to act like it. Okay? But ain't nobody going to do you like you do you. So learn how to love yourself.
Somebody.
And turn on, and we can make this thing happen. So on that note, honey, woohoo! And who?
See y'all tomorrow.